I want Terry Crawford next. They're gonna make that happen. Oh, definitely. That's the fight that I want. That's the fight everybody else wants. Like I said, I'm gonna get these straps. I'm gonna go over there and take his shit too. Errol, congratulations. Terrific fight this evening. Thank you, man. Down. Strap season. I know what time it is, baby. Terry's not coming for that motherfucking belt. All right.
Finally.
In your opinion, the best welterweight fighting right now is who?
The best welterweight fighting right now has to be Terrence Crawford. I think there was just a number of things that I saw, felt, sensed, the whole nine, and he was just a little bit better, more than just about everybody I've been in the ring with.
And you fought Errol before the accident.
So what I do, YouTube? It's your boy King David in this thing, and I'm back at y'all again with another video. So before I get going on the video, man, I'm gonna need y'all to go ahead, hit the like button, and if you're new here, be sure to subscribe one time for your boy, so we can continue to grow like we need to grow on this channel. You know what I mean? Alright, so with all that out the window, man, y'all see what the title of the video is. The reason Terrence Bud Crawford destroys Errol Spence Jr. Alright, so check it out, man. Y'all see what's been going on in the news lately. Y'all know that we're getting pretty close to a potential matchup between Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. You know what I'm saying? It's looking like the fight may happen, right? So with that in mind, I figure I'll just go ahead and I give my thoughts about the fight, right? I'm just going to put it out there from now because, my opinion has always been that Errol Spence has been running from Bud Crawford. But I haven't always been vocal about why I feel like he's been running from Bud Crawford. And the reason I think that he's been running from Bud Crawford this whole goddamn time is because Errol Spence is completely outclassed when it comes to Terrence Bud Crawford. Terrence Bud Crawford got Errol Spence beat in almost every category there is when you're talking about a fight. I mean, speed, power, technical skill, stylistically, you know what I mean? The better boxing IQ, you know what I mean? Like the more tools in the toolbox. I mean, it's just ridiculous at this point. I mean, you couldn't find a bigger mismatch if you wanted to when it comes to Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. You know what I mean? So what I'm gonna do here, man, is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna break down why I believe that Errol Spence gets completely destroyed, dismantled, and utterly decapitated by Terrence Bud Crawford here today, man. You know what I mean? So let's get on into it, right? So I mentioned this a little bit earlier, man. Terrence Bud Crawford has the better speed, right? I mean, this is literally undebatable. I mean, Terrence Crawford has the faster hands. You know what I mean? Like, he throws the faster combinations. He has the faster feet. I mean, he actually has feet because we know that Errol Spence is flat-footed, right? So he has the faster feet, he has the faster hands, he has the ability to move around the ring quickly, but at the same time throw very quick combinations and quick counter punches in between exchanges, making him superior speed-wise, right? So there's that. He has a superior power, in which case, I mean, do we even need to really talk about that? Terrence Crawford has about 7 or 8 straight knockouts, as opposed to Errol Spence, where, I mean, have we ever seen a knockout in a while? I mean, when was the last knockout we've seen? What, Ocampo? You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the last person he actually knocked out. I mean, I don't really even count this Ugas shit as a knockout. I mean, this shit was a technical stoppage because Ugas had an eye injury. Errol Spence didn't knock him down. Errol Spence didn't drop him. Errol Spence didn't make it where he couldn't continue. The doctor stopped the fight. And the ref was, and if anything, the ref was insistent on making sure that Ugas can see out of the right eye so that way he could stop the motherfucking fight. It almost seemed a little premeditated, if you ask me, but I digress. We're not going to go in on that. But it's pretty clear to say that Terrence Crawford has the better power, okay, with the knockouts. I mean, knockouts usually translate to power. He has the one-punch knockout power, if anything. The ability to hurt dudes. The ability to finish dudes and get them the fuck up out of there. Terrence Bud Crawford has the better power, okay? Terrence Bud Crawford has the better ring IQ. I mean, come on now. Terrence Bud Crawford can make adjustments in fight. He can make adjustments before the fight. He doesn't fight the same way for every fighter. I mean, the dude has the ability to make adjustments. He has the ability to switch hit, turn it on, turn it off. I mean, the dude is versatile when it comes to his fight game. Errol Spence can't keep up with that. Errol Spence only has the ability to fight one way, and that's coming forward. Errol Spence only has the ability to fight orthodox. Errol Spence doesn't have the ability to make adjustments in fight. I mean, we saw it in the Ugas fight. The dude kept getting hit by the same sweeping right hand over and over and over and over again, goddamn. You can't tell me that that's a guy with a brilliant boxing mind. You think Terrence Crawford gets hit by the same right hand over and over and over again, the same way, at the same speed, at the same time? Hell no. Because that's what people who have good ring IQs, they're able to take punches away. They're able to make adjustments. They're able to adapt. That's something that Terrence Crawford has the ability to do head and shoulders over anything Errol Spence is doing right now. You know what I mean? You look at the technical boxing ability. I mean, it's almost unfair to even bring this shit up, man. Come on, man. Terrence Crawford. The dude has power in both hands. The dude's defense is on point. He literally only gets hit when he's coming forward, when he's being too aggressive. That's the only time he gets hit. The dude throws a better jab. The dude throws the better combinations. The dude is more versatile with his punch selection. The dude places his punches perfectly. I mean, technically, this dude is just far superior to anything Errol Spence is doing. Not saying that Errol Spence is bad. Not saying that technically he's trash. But compared to a Terrence Bud Crawford, I mean, Errol Spence's technical boxing skill is pedestrian at best. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I see Errol Spence push his punches. I see Errol Spence smother his punches sometimes. He doesn't place his shots very well. I mean, his punches go all over the place. I mean, we can go on and on and on and all the way on about the technical deficiencies of Errol Spence, but the point is to say that Terrence Bud Crawford technically is just far better. Defensive technically, offensive technically, you name it. You know what I mean? And then we talk about the experience, you know what I'm saying? Like, Terrence Crawford has the better experience. I mean, Terrence Crawford has fought all different types of guys, okay? Whether you want to say he has the better resume or not, which he does have the better resume, you know what I'm saying? He does. But some of you fanboys out there aren't going to agree with that shit, and that's fine, because we're not talking about that here today. What we're talking about is the different types of fighters, meaning the fighters and the different styles, right? Terrence Bud Crawford has fought several different styles and has been successful fighting several different styles. You know what I'm saying? Terrence Bud Crawford has fought presser fighters. Terrence Bud Crawford has fought counter punchers and Victor Post style. Terrence Bud Crawford has fought guys who like to throw punches and bunches. Terrence Bud Crawford has just seen more styles, and he's been able to make the better adjustments against these different styles. His experience is greater at that pro level than anything Errol Spence Jr. has fought. Errol Spence Jr., if you look at all the guys that he's fought, all the guys for the most part have been pretty similar to each other, all right? He hasn't seen guys that are really good, that throw punches and bunches like him. He hasn't seen these different types of styles like Terrence Bud Crawford has. And yeah, maybe, okay, you could say he has to a certain degree, but certainly not to the magnitude of a Terrence Bud Crawford who has fought competition all the way from 135 all the way up to 147. People forget Terrence Bud Crawford got more fights. Terrence Crawford is almost, 38-0 now at this particular point, as opposed to Errol Spence Jr. at 32 or 31-0 or some shit. So, you know, experience-wise, you just got to give it to Terrence Bud Crawford once again. So you see, like, this shit is just super duper lopsided when it comes to Terrence Bud Crawford over Errol Spence Jr. And then you look at the stylistic matchup, right? When you look at the stylistic matchup, because at the core, Errol Spence is a pressure fighter, right? He's a dude that likes to come forward on his front foot, and he's throwing punches and munches, right? But you look at Terrence Crawford, and he has the ability to beat Errol Spence several different ways, because you can't singularly quantify his style, right? He could be a counter puncher one round. He could be a pot shotter one round. He could be a guy who throws combinations the next round. I mean, in all of these different ways, Errol Spence Jr. could be beat. It's just a matter of what Terrence Bud Crawford wants to do on that particular day in order to get Errol Spence the fuck up out of there. So, you know, Errol Spence Jr. gets completely destroyed. I think it's 7 straight knockouts right now for Terrence Crawford. I think it's going to be 8 straight knockouts. If he gets into the ring with Terrence Bud Crawford, this shit's getting ugly. This shit's getting ridiculous. This shit's getting vicious. Errol Spence Jr. is getting stopped. I'm saying it right now. He's getting stopped in the 10th round. 10th round at best. Maybe 9th round. He's not going to be able to come forward. I mean, and then you look at Errol Spence, you look at all the clean punches he was getting hit with Yordenis Ugas. I mean, this dude was getting tagged upside his head over and over by Yordenis Ugas, and then hurt multiple times by Yordenis Ugas. Can you imagine if it was a Terrence Bud Crawford in here, as opposed to a Yordenis Ugas landing them same punches, cracking Errol Spence upside his head, like Yordenis Ugas was, a dude who can't punch? Can you imagine if it was Terrence Bud Crawford that was in there with Errol Spence Jr. in that 6th round where Yordenis Ugas knocked the motherfucking mouthpiece out of Errol Spence's mouth and then stood there and looked at him? Can you imagine if that was Bud Crawford? It would have been over. It would have been raps. It would have been a wrap. You know what I'm saying, on the goddamn fight. You know? So, you know, man, I think Errol Spence knows this. I think majority of his fans know this. But especially Errol Spence, he definitely knows this. And this is why Errol Spence wanted to, quote unquote, save Terrence Crawford for last. Because he knows this is his going away fight right here. He knows that this is his retirement plan. He knows that he ain't got shit on no Terrence Bud Crawford. He knows that at best, he's the 2nd best welterweight. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's going to be proven if he gets in the ring with a Terrence Bud Crawford. If he chooses not to run and he fight Terrence Bud Crawford, he knows that this is going to be his last fight. That's why he's talking about 6-30, 7-30, 7-40, 8-20, because he know he need that retirement plan on his way the fuck up out the door when Terrence Crawford beat the shit out this nigga. You know what I mean? So, you know, man, I wanted to get my thoughts on this shit, man. Now that we getting closer to the fight, man, I want to get my thoughts on it, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, oh man, even that inside game, fam. Even the inside game, man. Dudes want to talk about how Earl got a better inside game than Terrence Crawford, which is supposed to be Errol Spence's specialty, right? Fighting on the inside, even when you talk about that shit. I mean, Bud Crawford's ability to place punches and punch and land shots in between exchanges is second to none, man. It's second to none. Errol Spence at best is sloppy with them. Man, y'all gonna see what the fuck gonna happen, man. Y'all gonna see what the fuck gonna happen if they ever get in the ring. But let me know what y'all think about this motherfucking shit, man. Hit it up in the comment section below. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. And everybody, and I do mean everybody, be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to hit that like button on your way out. But until next time, man, I'm gonna holler at y'all. Peace.
Who's number 1 in the welterweight division now?
Yeah, what it do? What it do? What it do? It's your boy King David in this thing, man. What it do? Salute to all the real boxing fans out here, man. I say salute to all the real boxing fans out here. You feel me? Before we get cooking, man, y'all know how it is, man. Put some ones in the chat, man, if you can hear me loud and clear, man. Put some ones in the chat so I can make sure y'all hear me loud and clear, man. We don't want no sound issues. We want to make sure we being heard loud and clear. So put some ones in the chat if you can hear me good. You know what I'm saying? Salute to all the real boxing fans out there. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, and everybody, and I do mean everybody, be sure to hit that goddamn like button on your way in or way out. Okay, we got some ones. We ready to cook. You know what I'm saying? We ready to cook. Okay, we got some people in the building today, man. Okay, my guy, Argenis Barber, one of my day ones in the motherfucking building. Salute to you, AB. You know what I'm saying? My guy G Parker in the building. Okay, what it do, G Parker? One of my day ones. Okay, Corey Palmer in the building. Salute to you, family. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Who else we got in here, man? D-Ray Promotions, another one of my day ones here in the building. Salute to you, D-Ray. You know, we cooking today. You know what I'm saying? My guy, Air Softener, the chef, also in the building. Salute to you, fam. Dustin J in the building. Salute to you, my guy. Yes, sir. We in the building. Don Vaughn in the building. Yes, sir. We in the motherfucking building today, man. We finna do some cooking today, man, because y'all heard what the fuck going on. Y'all heard. Y'all don't need me to tell y'all what y'all heard. Y'all heard what y'all heard. We just gonna go over what we heard. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna make it make sense. That's what we do on here. We try to make shit make sense. You know what I'm saying? But salute to all the real boxing fans out there, man. So before we get going, man, a few announcements, man. I got a few announcements before we get going, man. A few of them. Announcement number one, bro. Because I done had a few people hopping into my comment section and tell me they want to bet me on the Spence versus Crawford fight, right? Or Crawford versus Spence fight, right? So my thing about betting niggas online is I can't find none of you niggas. I don't know your faces. Like, y'all know where to find me, but I don't know where to find y'all. I don't know you niggas, right? So I ain't finna be out here betting none of you no-name ass niggas unless I know I could get my money when I win. When Bud beat the shit out of Errol Spence Jr., I need to know I can get my money, right? That's if they fight, because as it look right now, it don't look like the fight gonna happen. But if the fight does happen, I need to know that I can get my money. So this is how we gonna do this whole betting thing on here on your boy King David channel. If you want to bet me, put the money up, send it to my Cash App. I got my Cash App in the little ticker below. It's right down there below. Send it to my Cash App. You know what I'm saying? I'll send you a receipt for the bet. Okay. And then if you win, which we all know you're not gonna win, I'll send you your money plus whatever it is, I bet you, right? Whatever it is, the bet is, right? So you gonna double up, but I gotta have some assurances. I ain't got time to be tracking down some of you no-name niggas, some of you niggas who I don't know. I ain't got time to be doing all that, fam. So if you want to bet me, send me the bread. Cash App is right there. King David 212121. Send me the bread, however much you want to bet. Okay, we'll put the money up. I'll send you a receipt. And then come bet day, I will send you your money if you win, which you ain't gonna win. But come bet day, I will send you your money plus what I owe you. Point blank, period, end of discussion. Y'all niggas know where to find me. I don't know when to find y'all. So first and foremost, we're gonna get that out the way. Second order of business, the second announcement, also too, is the head up. We keeping down the head up path, right? So when I open up the panel, like I inevitably will later on in the show, we got a little segment called Head Up. So if you want smoke with anybody on the panel, including myself, you can challenge us directly to a head up. All right. Head up is a 15-minute debate, 5 minutes for one, 5 minutes for the other, and a 5-minute back and forth. The judges will be the chat, and they will decide who wins the head up. Only thing that needs to be decided is the topic of the head up. Once that's decided, you go head up, we get it in. Once I open up the chat, I'll make that announcement again once I'm ready to open up the panel. So, all right, that's the second announcement for y'all. The third announcement for y'all is that y'all need to follow me on social media, y'all. I got my social media handles below. You can follow me on Facebook, box dash or dash die. Okay, on Facebook, you just at box-or-die. Same thing like what you see on the YouTube. Follow me on Twitter, box capital X or capital X die on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? And rock out with your boy. I ain't got no Instagram or nothing like that. I don't really rock out on Instagram, but rock out with me on Twitter. Rock out with me on Facebook. I'm going to start posting a lot more in a very near future, but I want to get my fan base right on there. So once I start dropping shit, y'all know what to expect. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. And then the third announcement that I got on here, man, is we doing another new thing here. Well, I got the Cash App I gave y'all the Cash App, King David 212121. That's the Cash App. Super chat is below. You know what I mean? So if anybody want to donate to the channel, it's very much appreciated. It goes a long way. Okay. And the highest donation or the highest Cash App or the highest super chat will become the sponsor of the show. Point blank, period, end of discussion. Okay, so those are the announcements, y'all. Appreciate y'all for taking y'all time to listen to your boy ramble about some announcements. Okay, so with all that being said, let's go on and get into the poll, right? Because y'all know what the poll is. Y'all see what the poll is. The poll, the question that I asked to the people out there in the highways and the byways is, do you believe Errol Kambosos Jr., right? That's his new name, Errol Kambosos Jr. Do y'all believe Errol Kambosos Jr.? So right now, it's an overwhelming landslide as far as what the answer is, right? I got 13% of everybody that says yes, right? I got 15 votes. 13% of everybody says yes, right? And then I got 87% of everybody that says no, okay? So the overwhelming majority of the people out there in the boxing highways and byways do not believe Errol Kambosos Jr. And we're going to break this shit down. But before I do that, let's go on and read the chat. Let me see what y'all talking about out here on these boxing streets. Okay. So my guy AB, he say, salute my G. Salute to my guy AB in the motherfucking building, man. Salute to you, fam. My guy AB also says something is happening, but it ain't Spence versus Crawford. It's Spence versus Thurman. Man, I tell you, AB, every day you looking more and more like a prophet. Every day you looking more and more like a prophet. And for those of you who don't know, AB is the architect. He's the guy from the very beginning that's been saying the fight ain't happening. Point blank, period, end of discussion. So if AB is saying Spence versus Thurman next, you might want to take what he's saying a little bit more seriously, because that very well may be the play. It very well may be the play, man. And honestly and truly, man, it damn sure wouldn't shock me at this particular point. We know Thurman has been elevated to the #1 spot at the WBC, and it would be very much within his right to get a fight with Errol Spence Jr. So that ain't out the question. That really ain't out the question. Okay, Corey Palmer talking to AB. AB says, all the Errol sexuals is going to blame Bud for this fight not happening. Oh, they going to try to do it. They going to try to do it, but it's going to be niggas like me and you out here on these boxing streets that's going to set them straight when they get out of pocket with the dumb shit. Because at the end of the day, it don't make sense. There's no possible conceivable way you could try to blame Bud Crawford for this fight not happening. And we're going to get more into it. But at the end of the day, Bud has done everything in order to make the fight happen. But we got guys like Floyd Mayweather saying this fight ain't happening. So, but we're going too far, too fast. We're going too far, too fast. My guy G Parker says, salute, gang. What it do, fam? Oh, yeah, we in the motherfucking building. Salute to you, G Parker, in the building. As always, one of my day one subscribers. You know what I'm saying? My guy Corey Palmer says, Errol Spence is a chicken. He damn sure is a chicken, bro. He damn sure is a chicken, bro. And like I said before, man, a lot of dudes want to blame PBC. They want to blame Al Heyman. They want to blame this guy and that guy. At the end of the day, the PBC, Al Heyman, Floyd Mayweather, all these guys represent Errol Spence Jr. So we not divvying up no blame to nobody else outside of Errol Spence Jr. on this channel. It is about Errol Spence Jr. What he says goes, right? Because he's his own boss, right? He's his own boss, right, Corey Palmer? Right? But not only that, not only is Errol Spence his own boss, according to what he says, but he's also his own boss according to what Wilder says. Remember when Wilder said,
we don't avoid anyone. Who I want, we're going to get. Al don't hold back his fighters on things. He may give his suggestion on this and that or whatever, but what pretty much who we want, we gonna get.
Right? That's what Wilder said. But then what about what your boy said from the PBC, right? What about what your boy said when he said
it's the fighters. It's always the fighters. When they ask for something and it's a fight that can be made, we're gonna go do it. We worked with Top Rank.
On the fighters. It's about the fighters. So your boy King David don't want to hear shit about Al Heyman, PBC. I don't want to hear nothing about none of them dudes. It's all on Errol Spence Jr. Point blank period, end of discussion. My guy AB says, who's the bigger chicken, Spence or Canelo? Ooh, that's a tough question, AB. AB, you got the brain rattling. Who's the bigger chicken? I think I gotta say Errol Spence Jr. at this, but well, it's hard for anybody to beat Canelo. Canelo applied for the franchise belt. Canelo done ran up 2 weight divisions. He done ducked the, oh man. For Errol Spence Jr., the only guy he's ducked is Terrence Crawford. But for Canelo, it's been like 3-4 guys, right? That's a tough ass question. I would say the severity of the duck probably gotta go to Errol Spence Jr., but the quantity of ducks gotta definitely go to Canelo Alvarez. I gotta divvy it up that way because that's a tough ass question. That's a tough question, AB. God damn. Corey Palmer says PBC know Errol Spence can't beat Terrence Crawford. Oh yeah, they know they know what the situation is, right? They know what the situation is, you know. They've always known it. I mean, it's always been in their language, their duck language. Everything that they've said has alluded to the fact that they have no faith in Errol Spence Jr. to beat Terrence Bud Crawford. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why niggas can't see it. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. The writing is on the wall. My guy D-Ray Promotions say, what it do, King? What it do, D-Ray Promotions? In a motherfucking building, man. Salute to you, fam. My boy say, hit that like button for my G. Yes, sir. My boy AB spitting facts. Hit that like button if you haven't already so we can continue to cook like you know we gonna cook. My guy Air Softener and Chef says, salute Boxer Die, Brooklyn, New York in the building. Salute Brooklyn, New York. And hey, man, hey, rep your city, bro. Post your city out here in the chat, man, so we can shout out the cities out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Put your city in the chat so we can rep the cities out here, man. Salute Brooklyn, New York in the building. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dustin J says, just waiting on them to announce Stanionis. Shaking my head. Oh, my God. Again, it wouldn't surprise me, but man, oh, man, I got to say, man, for Errol Spence fans, it would be a dark day. It would be a dark day. I know they're going to try to do they splaining, they nigga splaining. I know they're going to try to do that. But it would be a dark day, boy. I'm trying to tell you, boy. Stanionis next. Errol Spence versus Stanionis at the Barclays. I could just see it now. Air Softener, the chef, and Chef says, let Spence fans tell Ugas is much better than Bud somehow, some way. Yeah, man. That's what at least not a lot of these niggas like Earl beat Ugas. He beat Ugas. Like, nigga, what the fuck does that mean? You know what I mean? Like, you know, but it is what it is. These dudes are beyond delusional at this particular point in time. My guy says, no Thurman versus Spence. Okay, so y'all going back and forth. Yeah, whether it's Stanionis or Thurman, it's going to be one of them. That's according to y'all boys out here. My guy AB says, Earl always said he fighting on November 19th with or without Crawford. Yes, he did say that. He sure enough did say that, AB. With or without Crawford. He was telling y'all something. He was telling y'all something. Point blank period. He was telling y'all something. But let's keep it moving. My guy D-Ray Promotions say, got the headphones. He listening. Salute to you, D-Ray. Yes, sir. In that motherfucking building. Yes, sir. My guy Don Vaughn says, salute. Salute to you, Don Vaughn. You know what it is. My guy AB says, only 4 likes. Hit that motherfucking like button. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They hit my like button. Let me see what the likes looking like now. Oh, we had 16 likes. We got 18 in the building. We doing okay, AB. We doing okay. Don't be too hard on them. My guy Bandale in the building. He say, salute. What it do, King David? Yeah, man. You know we're going to do some cooking today, man. You know what time it is out here, man. Some big news then came out, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of stuff that we need to discuss. We need to make some shit make sense. You know what I mean? Is what we need to do. Salute to you, though, fam, for coming on through. Yes, sir. Donald Taylor says you need to be drug tested with your mess. Wow, you know nothing about the sport of boxing. Okay, you a clown. Okay, Crawford ain't knocked nobody out. Crawford ain't knocked out nobody. He got TKO. You blown. Okay, so we got a clear Eurosexual in the building. Okay, we got an Eurosexual in the building. So one thing about Eurosexuals is they speak very much from the heart, you know what I mean? Very much from the heart, nothing to do and have absolutely nothing to do with facts. So Donald Taylor, when we open up the chat a little bit later on, I invite you, good sir, to pull your ass up on the panel and defend the dumb shit that you saying right now. Notice that the nigga didn't say anything that what I was saying is wrong. Niggas like that they never go after a particular talking point because they can't. They just don't like what's being said, so therefore it's according to them it's dumb, right? But you can't tell me anything that I said was a lie. You can't debunk any of the points that I made, but yet and still you want to say dumb shit like, oh, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard, whatever. Well, my nigga, I'm gonna drop the link a little bit later, so you're more than welcome to jump your ass up on a panel so I can cook you face to face. You're more than welcome to do that, sir. My guy Don Vaughn says Floyd and PBC shaking my head. Oh yeah, shaking all our heads at the same time. You know what I mean? Air Softener the Chef says October 15th fight will be announced. Fight before Xmas, but before New Year's, I believe. Man, I'm trying to tell you. Stanionis or Thurman. Shit looking real bad. Okay, my guy, Knockout Boxing 86 TV, or Miss Knockout Boxing 86 TV is in the building. Salute to you, Queen. Appreciate you for coming on through. You know what I'm saying? Miss Knockout Boxing 86 TV. And also, my guy, the number one troll in the US, my guy, Terry Smooth Jr., repping Long Beach, California. Salute to Long Beach, California in the building. You know what I mean? Salute to you. Yes, sir. We here. Okay, so I think that was the last comment. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna proceed to cook like we're gonna cook in the motherfucking building. So let's start from the very beginning, right? The question of the day is, do you believe Errol Kambosos Jr., right? And for those of you who don't know, and let me pull it up here so y'all can see. Hold on, give me a second. Okay, so Errol Spence Jr. Let's see here. Oh, let's go back here. Here we go. Share screen. And Chrome tab, Twitter. Boom. All right. Okay, cool. Cool. We got it up here. Okay, look like we got a super chat. You know, we got to stop the show for a super chat. My guy, Modern King Boxing, came through with the super chat. He said, shout out to the boxing gods, Flames. Yes, sir. Shout out to the boxing gods. And my guy, Modern King Boxing, becomes the sponsor of the show. Yes, sir, indeed. So let me make that quick little adjustment, and then we will proceed to cook like we gonna cook. Yes, sir. Sponsor. $2. Okay. I bet. So Modern King Boxing becomes the show sponsor. And also, too, I'm gonna need y'all to go ahead and sub to the homie Modern King Boxing on YouTube. Y'all be sure to do that. You know what I'm saying? But salute to you, Modern King. And I appreciate the super chat you just dropped on your boy. We just went ahead and updated that. My guy, Modern King Boxing, is the show sponsor. Okay, my dude came through. So we're gonna have to change it again. Salute to you, fam. Hold on. Let me change it again. Hold on, here we go. All right, bet. All right, there we go. So my guy Modern King Boxing once again with a $5 super chat. Respect. Yeah, bro. Appreciate you, family, for that, man. The contributions go a long way. And y'all be sure to subscribe to my guy, Modern King Boxing on YouTube. Point blank period in the discussion. Okay, so let's get into this here, right? Let's get into the meat and potatoes. And again, the question, y'all, the question is, do you believe Errol Kambosos Jr.? And just like I mentioned earlier, Errol Spence or Errol Kambosos, he came up with this tweet, right? And I'm going to read the tweet for y'all. He said, shit is happening next. All you need to know, peace out, right? This is what Errol Kambosos Jr. came up with. And just for those of you who are wondering why I call him Errol Kambosos Jr. is because just like his predecessor before him, George Kambosos Jr., Errol Spence does not want to fight, and according to the reports, will only take every advantage in his favor and a solid retirement plan on his way out, right? The proof is in the pudding, just based on the reports that have been laid out there. The 35-65, the B side on the rematch, right? The no guarantee. The only way Errol Spence Jr. or Errol Kambosos Jr. will get in the ring is if he's gifted all these advantages, point blank period, right? I mean, if you think about it, even the deal, y'all. The Devin Haney had to sign with Top Rank, right? A 3-fight deal with Top Rank. Bud Crawford got to sign a 3-fight deal with Top Rank, right? I mean, the similarities, when you think about it, are mind-blowing. If you think about it, really, Earl, like George, are kind of like two peas in a cowardly pod, right? They both got 3 belts. They both say one thing and do another. If Contradictions were a movie, these niggas would star in it, right? Errol Spence told Bud to get a belt, then fought Mikey and Danny. George told us he was going to fight the highest bidder between Devin and Loma. Meanwhile, the nigga was negotiating with Loma the entire time under the table, right? So this is, the similarities, man, it's scary almost. And that's why Errol Spence Jr. and George Kambosos now become one person, right? The moral of the story, though, is that George Kambosos, like we saw, inevitably gets dominated by Devin Haney, just like Bud Crawford will inevitably dominate Errol Spence if he ever get his ass in the ring with a Bud Crawford, right? And I say all that to say this. Really, fighters know when they outclassed, bro. They really, honestly and truly do. They know when they outclassed. A lot of dudes be talking like there's no way for you to know definitively that this person does this or this person does that. Fighters know who to fuck with and who not to fuck with. And just like George Kambosos knew not to fuck with Devin Haney, I believe Errol Spence Jr., Team Errol Spence Jr., they knew that it was never in the plans. It was never the thing to do to fight a Terrence Bud Crawford, right? Nevertheless, I digress because that ain't what we necessarily talking about. What we're talking about is that tweet from Errol Kambosos Jr., right? Which is what they became one. So now that we got that established, Errol Kambosos Jr. released that tweet after he got flamed on Twitter for responding to Keyshawn Davies, right? Which is a red flag in itself, because why the fuck are you talking to Keyshawn Davies when we all know the guy who's been pulling up on you, who's been calling you out since day one, the Terrence Bud Crawford, the guy who we all want to see you fight? Why are you not talking to him, but you're talking to Keyshawn Davies, a 135-pounder with a record of 6-0, is what I'm trying to figure out, right? So after he inevitably gets flamed on Twitter, right? What seems to be like a desperate attempt for Errol Spence Jr. to get niggas off his helmet. And fanboys, you know, he makes this little announcement, right? Shit is happening next is all you need to know, right? Literally right after he got flamed, right? And all the fanboys jumped for joy. They all jumped for joy. They were all happy as hell. Man down, strap season. We heard all the cliches from a lot of the fanboys out there on these boxing streets, right? But the real fight fans, right? The real boxing fans out there, like myself, had questions. We had questions. And I said it on my live a few days ago, because we actually talked about this a little bit on my live a few days ago. We were like, the man said the fight was happening next. But one, he never said what fight was happening next, right? Which is a red flag. Red flag number one. And then two, red flag number two, is he never said when next will be. Right? Right? Which I know that it sounds petty. Right? I know that it sounds petty. But the lack of information gives Errol Kambosos and his plans plausible deniability when it comes to this fight. Right? It gives them plausible deniability. And I want y'all to keep up, because we're going to bring this shit full circle like you know we inevitably do. It gives Errol Kambosos Jr. plausible deniability, right? These niggas going to hop online and they're going to say, he never said he was going to fight Bud next. Right? When we are all supposed to assume that shit is happening next means that he's going to fight Bud next. Right? And if you say we don't know who, if you bring up these inconsistencies to a lot of Errol Spence fans, they're going to say, oh, well, you know who he's talking about. You being crazy. You being silly. But we'll be the same people to turn around and say, we didn't know he was talking about Errol Spence. He never actually said Terrence Crawford's name, right? These will be the same dudes to say that shit. So anyway, he puts out this vague ass tweet, right? And there's a trend of this, right? There's a trend of this. We know this to be the case because the nigga did the same thing as far as this plausible deniability. And I'm gonna give you an example. He did the same thing when he told Bud Crawford to get a belt first, right? You remember when he told Bud to get a belt first with these Errol Spence fans, and then Bud got the belt, saw Errol Spence, and then Errol Spence talked about the easy route. But anytime a Bud Crawford fan says that Errol told Bud to get a belt first, the first thing that comes out of a lot of Errol Spence fans' mouth is he never said when he was going to fight Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford. He never said when. Right? These are the kind of little excuses that a lot of these dudes use. And that's why I bring that up. The plausible deniability. He never said when, just like they never said, just like when, he told Bud to get a belt first. Bud gets the belt. Errol Spence fans go, but he never said when. He never said when after Errol Spence was going to get the belt. He never said when. And that's the type of shit that I'm talking about, though. But let me look at some of y'all comments. Let me see what y'all talking about a little bit on here, man. My guy Modern King Boxer says, Errol Kambosos Jr. Yeah, man. My guy Modern King Boxer says, peace, Errol Spence fans. Oh, yeah, man. Modern King Boxing also says, we watching. Trust. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. AB says the difference is George fought Devin. Earl won't fight Bud. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He ain't fighting Bud no matter what. No matter what, he ain't fighting Bud, which is sad. Which is very sad. But the other sad part about it is that in order for the conversation to even start, Bud got to take 35%, no guarantee. B-side on the rematch. He got to sign a multi-fight deal with PBC in order for the deal to happen. You know what I mean? Baba Yaga says, cap season on Earl end. Absolutely. His team don't believe in him. Nah, they don't. They don't believe in him. They damn sure don't. Modern King Boxing says Crawford will change boxing forever if Spence and the PBC hurt his competitive career. Absolutely, man. That dude already should have been 2-time undisputed champion, and he should be working on his third weight division now. These dudes are more than stalling out Crawford's career, man. Point blank period. This shit is crazy to me. Modern King Boxer says legendary status. Absolutely, man. All day. Jamal Neezy says, Bud called their bluff, and now he's tied to the mafia. Cowards. Yeah, bro. Yeah, now he's a mafia boss, right? Bud then overnight became Freeway Ricky Ross, right? Right? Bud overnight became Freeway Ricky Ross. He moving the dope across the Atlantic now. All of a sudden. Right? Crossed the street, took the lowball deal. Now he's a drug dealer, according to these niggas. You know what I mean? Errol Spence, the chef, says shit was not like this when Bud versus Porter. Absolutely, man. Porter actually wanted the fight. That's the difference. You see, Sean Porter, although he was never too keen on fighting Bud Crawford, he was never against the idea of fighting Bud Crawford either. I think for Sean Porter, it was just more so along the lines of what would be the easier route? Similar to Errol Spence Jr., right? What would be the easier route? As opposed to Errol Spence, I don't think Errol Spence ever had any intention of fighting Terrence Bud Crawford from the beginning, right? AB says, not Freeway Ricky Ross. Oh, yeah, man, they talking about Bud moving dope across the Atlantic. So now he about to be indicted, so that's why the fight can't happen, according to these niggas. Bud moving cocaine across the Atlantic, so now the fight can't happen. Bud may get the whole spot hot. He may get indicted the day before the fight, so we can't risk it. That's what these niggas is running with these days, bro. All day, every day. Modern King Boxing says all PPV are done. It's only right. Absolutely, man. Facts on facts. Let me take a look at a poll before I continue real quick. See what the poll is. So right now I got 26 votes. I got 15% of everybody right now that says, and the question is, my bad. The question is, do you believe Errol Kambosos Jr.? 15% of everybody that says yes. And then I got 85% of everybody that says no. So right now, Errol Kambosos Jr. is looking real suspect out here on these boxing streets, man. He ain't got the voice of the public no more. Nobody is feeling what Errol Kambosos Jr. got to say. Nobody believes him. His credibility is shot out here on these boxing streets. You know what I'm saying? Let me get back to the comment section. Modern King Boxing says it's too much discrediting, and now we have Floyd. Yeah, absolutely, man. Don Vaughn says the writing was on the wall. Earl Coward never wanted the smoke. Oh, man, he never wanted the smoke. Absolutely, Don Vaughn. Never, ever, 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 ever wanted that smoke. You know what I mean? Never, ever, 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 ever wanted that smoke. Period. But back on point, y'all, right? Because earlier I was talking about the significance of that tweet, right? The fact that Errol Spence never mentioned two very important things in that tweet, and that was what fight was happening next, because he said shit is happening, right? What fight is happening next, and when will next be? Two very important elements that anybody who's trying to really provide information would have provided, right? Right? But for me, Errol Spence, this was less about him providing information and more about him trying to get niggas off his ass after he tweeted that shit to Keyshawn Davies. Right? So the thing about this whole situation that really leads niggas like me and other dudes out here on these boxing streets down the path of we don't believe Errol Spence Jr. is the fact that Errol Spence Jr. has a history of contradictions, and leaving out important details, right? Never mind the side of the street then tried to fight Jeff Horn. Never mind they get a belt and then tried to fight Mikey and Danny. But most recently, Errol Spence Jr. or Errol Kambosos Jr., he said that Bud would have to take a 70-30 and 80-20 split, right? Then came out and then said it was a joke. And then afterwards, come to find out, Bud took a 65-35 split in real life, which is really close to the 70-30 thing that he said that he was joking about, right? But my thing about this is, why would he say that he was joking about 70-30, knowing full well that the offer on the table was 65-35? And again, this goes in line with Errol Spence Jr. Again, he got backlash because he understood that majority of the public would take 70-30 and 80-20 as duck language. Why? Because none of Errol Spence's prior opponents has ever taken a 70-30 or 80-20 split. So he backtracked off of that. I was joking. Meanwhile, in the background, Bud Crawford is forced to take a 65-35 split after a year of negotiating, meaning the original offer probably was a 70-30 or 80-20 split, right? But dudes don't like talking about that. You know what I'm saying? Dudes don't like talking about that. And then Errol Kambosos Jr. also, he said he wanted to collect all his belts on his side of the street. And we all know he contradicted himself when he fought Mikey and Danny. But also, he never told us it would take 5 years. He never told us that it would take 5 years. Again, going back to that tweet, there's no timeline or timestamp on it. Errol said that he would collect all his belts on his side of the street. But if he would have told us that it would take 5 years to do it, if he would have told us 5 years from now I'll fight Bud Crawford, would we have as many Errol Spence fans defending the bullshit that comes out of Errol Spence's mouth? Would we have it? I'm just curious. Would this even be still even a debatable topic as far as Errol Spence Jr. ducking Terrence Bud Crawford? Will we still have these niggas who cap for Errol Spence on a regular basis? Would they still be able to cap the way they cap if Errol Spence Jr. would have told us 5 years ago that he doesn't plan on fighting Bud Crawford for another 5 or 6 years? Because essentially that's what happened. And essentially that's what this tweet is alluding to. The fight happening next, but we don't know next. And then also, we don't know when or what fight is happening next. So just like my guy AB said a little bit earlier, it could be Errol Spence versus Keith Thurman or Errol Spence versus Stanionis happening next, right? But if those fights happen, or one of those fights happen, and we get on here and we call out Errol Spence Jr. for lying, all we're going to get in response is a lot of Errol Spence fans saying Errol never said what fight was going to be happening. That type of bullshit, right? But let's keep it going, though. Let's keep it going because recently, some very important news has come out. Some very important information has dropped recently in regards to the happenings of this fight, right? Errol Spence Jr. said that the fight is happening next. But we got Floyd Mayweather Jr., Mr. PBC himself, Mr. Al Heyman is my dad himself. I talk to Al Heyman every day. We got Floyd Mayweather Jr. coming out and saying that the fight ain't happening as of right now. He clarified that as of right now. But according to Floyd Mayweather Jr., the fight ain't happening. Let's go ahead and play what Floyd Mayweather had to say about this fight and the happenings of it.
is on this Spence Crawford fight, but it hasn't happened yet. So
it's crazy. I mean, remember, somebody threw it out there. I don't know who threw it out there. And I'm not here to throw nobody under the bus. They keep on saying this fight's going to happen, and once again, this fight may happen, but further down the future, they said the fight was going to happen in November.
Yep, November 19th, I think.
November 19th. So that's basically almost, we'll say, a month away.
My thing is, Floyd say further down the future, but we already been waiting 5 years from the fight. So further down the future, how long now? Floyd is talking like these dudes are 23 and 24 years old. Bud Crawford just turned 35 years old. Errol Spence Jr. is about to be 33 years old. What is further down the future? Why are we still even having this conversation, knowing full well that Bud Crawford accepted all the terms in order to get this fight done? Why is this still a thing? And how is Floyd able to draw this conclusion like this, knowing full well after everything we heard about Bud agreeing to terms and everything like that, right? The only way Floyd would be able to make these kinds of statements is because he must have known that this fight was never happening to begin with. Point blank, period. But let's keep it going, though.
Okay, a little bit over a month away, okay? 6 weeks, whatever. Right? No press tour.
No.
No press conference at all.
No.
Spence didn't post about it.
No.
Crawford didn't post about it. So please stop listening to these inaccurate writers writing about things that they don't know about. And we spoke about this before. How do you know this and how do you know that? Once again, me and Al Heyman as business partners. Me and Al Heyman speak every day. So no one can say I'm with Floyd Mayweather, but I'm not with Al Heyman. No one can say I'm with Al Heyman, but I'm not with Floyd Mayweather. We're one. So if you see the Mayweather Promotions banner or you see the PBC banner, know that it got something to do with Mayweather at the end of the day and Heyman.
Why is that? I don't understand why that's a difficult concept to understand. Like
they probably don't like it. They probably don't like it at all.
I mean, whether they like it or not, it's.
But you know, it's so crazy that all these fighters for so many years that was young watching me fight, and I'm not talking about Spence and Crawford. I'm talking about just fighters in general, all type of fighters.
Right.
You know, when they watch me fight, and I'm constantly promoting my brand, my TMT brand, my Mayweather Promotions brand, my uncle, my Uncle Roger, my dad, as well as me promoting Al Heyman every time we're doing interviews, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, me and Al Heyman work hand in hand, and we do such big business, and we help so many fighters. And a lot of fighters are like, well, you didn't help me, Floyd didn't help me. You know, it's more like this. We're one. Al can't do everything by himself, just like I can't do everything by myself. We work together as a team. And it's crazy. Like, if you go look at just certain things, Danny Garcia from Philadelphia.
Yep.
Reach out to Danny and ask him. One day, I told him, we spoke after one of Spence fights. I said, don't worry, I'll make the fight happen for you. Just ask him.
Damn. I think he might have said that before. I think he might have mentioned that in an interview that he talked to you about that fight.
And I said I'll make it happen. Whoever is out there speaking on, talking about this fight is going to happen, I don't know who was the first person to write this. And I'm pretty sure you probably know because you do your homework on these type of, on these type of situations. Who's the first person that you know that said something about this?
I'm pretty sure it was Mike Coppinger at ESPN.
And you got to realize ESPN is a top. We got to realize this is a top flight company, top flight. So
I don't like when these dudes talk about Mike Coppinger, because Mike Coppinger be the same guy that report these numbers, these so-called pay-per-view numbers that a lot of these PBC fighters be getting, right? When Mike Coppinger is reporting these bogus ass numbers about what Spence did here or what these numbers were or that number, Mike Coppinger, oh yeah, he's a credible source. But when Mike Coppinger starts reporting on things that have to do with what's going on internally with the PBC, all of a sudden he doesn't know what he's talking about. See what I'm saying? So I don't really like when dudes like to talk about Mike Coppinger like that. It's either Mike Coppinger is going to be a credible source or he's not going to be a credible source. We're going to have to pick one. But we damn sure ain't going to pick and choose when we're going to use Mike Coppinger and when we're not going to use Mike Coppinger. That's what we're not going to do. But let's keep it going.
A lot of times people just, what they call it, clickbait.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So a lot of times people want a bunch of likes or a bunch of people to, get a bunch of hype around a certain thing or their website or anything or their blog site. I don't really know. Right. At the end of the day, as of right now, the Spence and Crawford fight is not happening.
Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that? The Spence and Crawford fight is not happening. Not happening. Not happening. So let me ask y'all this question out there in the chat, man. Y'all could drop who y'all think it is, but who do y'all believe? Errol Spence or Floyd Mayweather? Who do y'all believe? Hell nah, LL in the building tripping, man. What's going on? Salute to LL in the building. Strap on season. Who do y'all believe? Do y'all believe Errol Spence Jr. or do you believe Errol Spence Jr. or Floyd Mayweather? You know what I mean? Let me look at some of these comments, man, right here while y'all typing. Modern King Boxing says the no's have it. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Agenda's Baba say, yeah, Floyd making $20 million a fight, but no one on PBC other than Wilder making $10 million. Oh yeah. Big facts. Big facts. They making all that back end money. Remember, AB? They got that back end money. That mysterious back end money that nobody knows about and nobody can count. And that isn't in anybody's account. They got that mysterious back end money. Modern King Boxing says, we're not playing with nobody. True Media, absolutely, all day. Salute True Media in the building, man. The host of the sponsor of the show today, Modern King Boxing. Salute to you, fam. Modern King Boxing say, if you enjoy boxing talk, hit the like button, share everywhere. True Media goes fire. Absolutely, man. Salute to you, Modern King. All day, every day. You know what I mean? Boxing Diet is the official media. Appreciate you, Modern King. Yes, sir. Appreciate the love and support, my guy. Absolutely. Soul Archeon says, peace, King David. Boxing fans lose again, except for Spence groupies, trolls who didn't want to see their man crush lose. I feel like they damn sure celebrating somewhere in the background. These Errol Spence fanatics, they celebrating. They love this. This is the best news they could have heard all day. Floyd Mayweather saying the fight ain't happening. I bet these dudes are somewhere right now throwing some little party or something like that. They brought cake. They brought cake to the party. They got food. They got a little potluck going. Happy as hell that this fight ain't happening. Modern King Boxing says the LDBC hurt boxing. I watched it from day one. They got big-headed. I'm not scary. Yeah, man. Yeah, they doing a lot over there, LDBC, man. They doing a lot over there all day. ABC took Earl 5 years to get 2 belts. Damn. Well, he got 3 belts, AB. 3. It took him 10 years to get 3 belts. I see what you're saying, though. You're saying he took him 5 years to get them 2 belts. Hell yeah, you right about that. You right about that. Modern King Boxing says, you can't be pro-black and biased. You have to respect the 400,000 boxing heads. Absolutely, man. Man, them dudes don't respect the boxing fans, not at all. Modern King Boxing also says, King David, I understand if you don't want to read my comments. I'm True Media, UGC Flame Channel. Nah, bro, you all good over here, bro. We show love over here. Salute True Media, salute Modern King Boxing all day, every day. Especially with you being a sponsor of the show. My guy, you get all the love over here. All the love over here, my guy. Modern King Boxing says, fuck Floyd is bad for boxing. We not trying to make you rich, ninja. Fuck out of here. Hey, man, Floyd Mayweather got his faults, man. But so far, he's been right about what's been going on with the Spence Crawford situation. He said, if you don't hear about it from him or Fight Hype, then the fight ain't happening, right? And so far, he's been right. So far, he's been right. Modern King Boxing also says, we sending Crawford or Spence the muffin bag. Motherfucking bag. Yeah, man. You know what I mean? All day, every day. So Archon says, Floyd is my favorite fighter, but I'm sick and tired of Floyd at this point. He could be using his power and influence to expedite the fight, but instead, he's justifying the delays. You make a very good point, man. You make a very good point, man. Floyd could have been that guy who could have got Bud what he was looking for in order to facilitate the fight actually happening. But at the end of the day, and this is another thing, right? Floyd Mayweather is worth over $1 billion at this point. He's a partner of the PBC, right? These dudes have access to all this money, right, and resources. You mean to tell me, with all that being said, you couldn't give Bud Crawford a guarantee, right? Bud Crawford got to take no guarantee and 35%. But y'all getting money over there on the PBC, but y'all ain't got the money to pay Bud Crawford. I'm just really trying to figure out how this shit is working, right? Bud Crawford gets no guarantee, but y'all getting the bag over there. So is it that y'all don't have the money? Because y'all was ready to pay Canelo Alvarez $50 million. And whether or not you believe Canelo Alvarez is worth $50 million or not, or whether you believe Bud is worth $50 million, that's irrelevant. Because if you can give Canelo $50 million guaranteed, you should be able to give Bud Crawford a guarantee of at least $1 million. Come on now, really? Bud Crawford ain't even getting a guarantee of $1 million, y'all. But Canelo was going to get $50 million guaranteed. So is this about PBC not having money, or is it about them not actually wanting to fight to begin with? But let's keep it going, though. Too much cooking going on over here. Too much cooking. Jenna's Bible say Floyd is still making $20 million a fight, and at the same time stalling the careers of the PBC fighters. Man, oh man, oh man. I wish I could say that was a lie, but so far it looks like if he's taking credit for this fuckery, oh, you on the phone with Al Heyman and you this and that, and y'all business partners, then you a part of the problem too, Floyd. It is what it is. This fight ain't happening also because of you. You know what I mean? Just the facts of the matter. So just like my guy said a little bit earlier, instead of using your power, money, and influence to make the fight happen, you in the passenger seat or the driver's seat stalling the fight, helping to stall the fight. And again, at the end of the day, I'm never going to put any blame on PBC or Al Heyman for anything. At the end of the day, my blame rests with the fighters. Why? Because
with that being said, I'm in the business. We're going to get. Al don't hold back his fighters on things. He may give his suggestion on this and that or whatever, but what pretty much we want, we're going to get. So,
and also because of
doing. We've worked with Top Rank, many times in the past, and it seems like the relationship's just been getting better and better. And I'm looking forward to tonight. It's been a great event, great promotion, and obviously November 20th, we're going right back into it again. So it's worked very well together. Thank you.
Hold up, time out.
I heard that. Work with Top Rank. The relationship is getting better and better. The fighters make the fight. So I don't even want to hear nothing about PBC or Al Heyman or none of these dudes. But let's keep it going. My guy Air Softener the Chef says Floyd full of shit. Yeah, he full of shit. All right, he full of shit all day, every day. He full of shit. My guy LL earlier say strap on season. Salute to you, LL. Strap on season. Modern King Boxer say, I can't listen to this dude. He a capitalist to the highest level, Boxer die. Yeah, man, he is, bro. He really, honestly, and truly is. I mean, we could find a lot of problems about Floyd Mayweather, but at the end of the day, Floyd Mayweather feeds into the same thing that we've all believed from jump, is that these dudes don't want to fight. At the end of the day, Floyd Mayweather becomes ammunition to the fact of the matter. He becomes more ammunition to the fact of the matter is that Errol Spence Jr. does not want to fight Terrence Bud Crawford. And at the end of the day, this is all duck language, right? Because if Floyd is saying the fight ain't happening despite everything that Bud did in order to make the fight happen, and this is what I was going to get to after the comment section, right? Or after I was done reading the comment. But let's just go in right now. If Floyd Mayweather is saying this after everything Bud Crawford has done in order to make the fight happen, doesn't that mean that everything that Errol Spence Jr. needed, or all the little demands and all the little excuses that Errol Spence Jr. gave in order for the fight not to happen, doesn't that all mean that it was all duck language to begin with? Because Floyd told you the fight ain't happening, despite Bud doing everything in his power to make it happen. Floyd told you the fight ain't happening, right? But if what Floyd is saying is true, doesn't that confirm that all that shit before was duck language? The cross the street, the easy route, the get a belt first, right? The 60-40, 70-30, 80-20, right? The no transparency on the contract. Doesn't that all mean that it was duck language to begin with? If Bud did all that, and Floyd is saying the fight ain't happening, doesn't that mean it was all duck language to begin with? Y'all help me if I'm wrong. Modern King Boxing says Spencer grown ninja daddy. Fuck out of here with that character for Errol Spence. Absolutely, man. Ain't no blame Al Heyman. No, Errol Spence Jr. Errol Spence Jr. AB say me and Floyd agree. Hell yeah, y'all on the same page, AB. The fight ain't happening according to y'all all day, every day. All day, every day. My guy Teach in the building. Salute to you, Teach. He's like, I just got here. I don't understand the poll. Yeah, man. So Errol Kambosos Jr., that's what we calling him from now on. Errol Kambosos Jr., right? We're doing a poll, right, in order to determine who believes Errol Kambosos Jr., right? Because Errol Kambosos Jr. recently put out a tweet saying that shit happening next, right? That was his tweet. So my question is does anybody believe Errol Kambosos Jr.? Yes, you believe him, or no, you do not believe him? As of right now, seeing as how we're talking about the poll, let's just go to it. As of right now, we got 37 votes. We have 19% of everybody that says yes, they believe Errol Kambosos Jr. And we got 81% of everybody that says no, they do not believe Errol Kambosos Jr. All right? That's the situation right now. Let's go back to the comment section. You know what I mean? Modern King Boxing says, appreciate it. Yeah, man, all day, every day. Modern King Boxing also says, how you got a 300 luxury cars but can't make a super fight? Oh, facts. You got all this money, but y'all can't find money to give Bud Crawford a guarantee. So which one is it? Are you broke, or did you just not want the fight? Right? But it got to be one of those. It can't be anything else outside of that. Because if you got the money to pay a guy to make the fight happen, why would you not? Why would you not? Unless you didn't want what you were paying for. Or unless you don't have the money. So either way, man, a lot of inconsistencies when it comes to PBC, Floyd Mayweather, Errol Spence Jr. Don Vaughn says Floyd is a narcissist. He doesn't want to see Bud surpass him. He is Snake. You might be right about that, man. You might be right about that. Could Floyd Mayweather be the hold up to the fight? Possibly. I don't think we had a whole lot of evidence to support that, mainly because we've seen a lot of the contradictions and inconsistencies that came from Errol Spence Jr. early on, right? The get a belt, then fight Mikey and Danny. The other side of the street, right? Bud crosses the street, or the other side of the street, and then you fight Bud is able to fight Felix Diaz and John Molina Jr., who are on the other side of the street. Right? The 70-30, 80-20, even though you gave Dennis Ugas and Sean Porter 50-50, and you gave Danny Garcia and Sean Porter 60-40. The inconsistencies and the contradictions have really come from Errol Spence Jr. Right? Floyd Mayweather has been very consistent throughout this entire thing. When it comes to Spence and Crawford, he's been very consistent. That's one thing that I will say about Floyd Mayweather. Call him a narcissist. You could say that he don't know what the hell he's talking about. He's this and he's that. Hey, you might be right about that. He may be the guy in the background that's stopping the fight from happening. We don't know. But one thing that we do know is Errol Spence Jr. has never seemed keen on talking about this fight. And every single time that this fight is brought to Errol Spence's attention, there always seems to be a new excuse as to why the fight can't happen. But let's keep it going, though. Jamal Neesy said, Floyd fee. Yeah. Modern King Boxer says, bitch made. Yeah, we got a lot of bitch made motherfuckers out here supporting Errol Spence Jr. Modern King Boxing says, Floyd a woman. Hey, man. Hey. I ain't capping for Floyd. That's for damn sure. My guy Sanctus is in the building. Salute to you, Sanctus. Appreciate you for sliding on through. He say, they Pearl groupies been telling Bud to take 60-40 for years. He takes even less. And PBC and Floyd just killed it. Sheep mentality. Mofos need to leave boxing alone and find an easier route than Bud. Absolutely, man. Facts. Facts on facts. Facts on facts. It was the 60-40. It was other side. It was always a new issue every single time it came to this fight happening. But at the end of the day, the fight didn't happen because they did not want the fight. And Floyd Mayweather just destroyed. He just completely destroyed all of those excuses. Like, hey, man, Floyd Mayweather literally just told you, hey, man, all those things that he was saying before, all that shit was excuses. That's essentially what Floyd Mayweather just told y'all in making this statement. And the statement that he made years ago when he said that fight is, Floyd said early on, I don't know if I ain't gonna look for that video now, but there's a video of Floyd saying years ago that we're not trying to make that fight right now. Years ago, Floyd was making that statement. We're not trying to make that fight right now. That's a fight for maybe later on in the future, but we're not trying to make that fight right now. And here we go, Floyd Mayweather yesterday making the very same statement that he made 4 years ago. We're not trying to make that fight right now. That fight may happen in the future. But right now, no, it ain't happening. Jamal needs to say, Floyd is feigning to be the center of attention. You might be right about that too. Look, all the allegations against Floyd Mayweather, everything that y'all saying about him, look, I ain't going to sit here and I ain't going to try to cap for none of that, bro. At the end of the day, it is what it is. Floyd is Floyd. We see his character. We see the type of dude he is. Look, it is what it is at the end of the day. But when it comes to this particular situation, Floyd Mayweather has been very consistent. He's been very consistent, and so far, he's been right. Floyd Mayweather in this particular situation got way more credibility than an Errol Spence Jr. I put it like that. Floyd got way more credibility in this situation than an Errol Spence Jr. So Archeon says, I see the play. Floyd trying to do damage control and take the heat off Spence because boxing fans been coming at his neck. Both Floyd and Spence full of garbage. Yeah, bro. Now that makes sense right there. That makes sense. And I thought about that too. Floyd trying to soften the blow for Errol Spence Jr. Floyd trying to soften the blow for Errol Spence Jr. because right now boxing fans are on Errol Spence's helmet. Boxing fans right now are on his helmet. Nobody's falling for the PBC Al Heyman shit. Boxing fans are on Errol Spence's helmet, especially niggas like me who understand that the PBC and Al Heyman work for Errol Spence. They're a part of Team Errol Spence. Therefore, if a fight is not happening, it's because of Errol Spence. And we already see guys like Wilder say shit like,
Al don't hold back his fighters on things. He may give his suggestion on this and that or whatever, but what pretty much who we want, we gonna get. So with that being said, I'm in the business of making money, of course, and I'm in the.
And then we hear guys from the
It's a
PBC
fight
side
that
saying
can be
shit like
made.
that.
We're going to go do it. We've worked with Top Rank, many times in the past, and it seems like the relationship's just been getting better and better. And I'm looking forward to tonight. It's the fighters. It's always the fighters. When they ask for something and it's a fight that can be made, we're going to go do it.
I heard that. But dudes want to blame Al Heyman, PBC. No. Errol Spence Jr. Errol Spence Jr. all day, every day. Modern King Boxing said, I actually thought about Wilder today. My previous respect for him video wouldn't upload. Shout out to the legendary Top Cats. Yeah, man. Wilder is probably one of the most consistent people over there on the PBC, bro. Point blank, period, man. He got his faults too, but at the end of the day, he's pretty consistent. You know what I'm saying? Lightspeed says, man, that interview was full of shit. I don't think Mayweather is lying though about the fight not happening. But of course, he's full of shit capping about why it's not happening. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. He ain't gonna say exactly what it is, you know what I'm saying? And I think just like my guys say, they trying to take a lot of the heat off of Errol Spence Jr. Because if they can make it seem like it's because of the PBC that the fight's not happening, then that'll make Errol Spence look a little bit better, just a little bit better in the eyes of the public. And I'm just not buying it at the end of the day. I'm not buying it. Because if we see another fight outside of a Terrence, but we see Thurman, like my guy AB was saying a little bit earlier, if we see Thurman or we see even worse Stanionis, if we see any of those fights as opposed to a Terrence Bud Crawford, we got some questions. We got some real big questions, man. My guy Sanctus says, Floyd's been a problem for a long time. When he told Loma that Tank don't need to fight him, that's when we knew that he, as a promoter, is trash as fuck. Yeah, man. Yeah. As a promoter, straight trash. You're not wrong at all, fam. You're not wrong at all. You're not wrong at all, fam. Don Vaughn says, Errol stock gonna drop. Imagine him fighting someone else. Fans gonna lose respect. Man strapped down. Hashtag man strapped down. Yeah, bro. I mean, we already seen a lot of Errol Spence fans turn on Errol Spence Jr., man. I done heard a lot of Errol Spence fans, diehard Errol Spence fans, man, not fucking with Errol Spence after this move, bro. Just based on the lowball deal that Bud Crawford accepted, man. I think that speaks volumes about who wants to fight and who doesn't. And then for Bud to take that lowball deal and then the fight still not be done, I think that again speaks volumes. But then to couple that with the fact that Floyd Mayweather is coming out here saying that the fight ain't happening until later on in the future and shit like that, right? Even though we've been waiting for the fight for the last 5 years, right? And then also that Floyd Mayweather said the exact same thing 4 years ago. Well, that fight ain't happening right now. That speaks volumes. That means all these little excuses, the other side of the street, and the 60-40 and the, you know what I'm saying? The get a belt first, all of it was duck language, which is what we thought from the very beginning. It's what we thought from the very beginning, that it was duck language. So Archon says, you 100% right. The onus is on the fighters. Facts. Yeah, man, it's on the fighters, bro. I want to hear about PBC. PBC worked for Errol Spence Jr. And we heard dudes come out and say that fighters can fight who they want to fight. So I ain't buying it. Not now, not ever. Chat, remember, I'm just a boxing head. Boxer die as a gladiator. 100% talk. Facts on facts, Modern King Boxing. Appreciate you, family. Yes, sir. Modern King says you right. Yes, sir. Teach says, oh, thanks for clarifying the poll. Yeah, man. I know the Errol Kambosos thing probably threw you off. I thought about putting Spence after Kambosos, but fuck it, man. He Errol Kambosos, man. They the same person right now. Except Kambosos got a little bit more balls than Errol Spence Jr. because Kambosos got in the ring at the end of the day. We don't know about Errol Spence at this particular point in time. Modern King Boxer says, nobody is in their right mind would believe a promotional company is not being competitive. Yeah, man. Modern King Boxer says, it's the hurt business, the sweet science game over. Yeah, man. The hurt business. That hurt business. AB say, Earl begging them not to let this happen. Yeah, man, I know he calling out every day like, we're going to find a way out of this, right? Y'all not going to let me get in the ring with this man, are you? I mean, you said you would never, you said I was never going to have to fight. I bet those are the conversations that Earl has every day with Al Heyman. Y'all not going to let me get in the ring with this man, are you? Y'all said y'all wasn't going to let me fight him. Y'all said, remember you told me, Al, that I would never have to fight this dude, remember? You said after I told him the easy route that I would never have to fight him. You said he would never leave Top Rank and I ain't have to worry about him. Remember you said that? Remember you said, Al? I bet these are the conversations going on right now. Sanctus says, Don all facts. Floyd been dismissive of fights for years. Interview on YouTube. Facts. Modern King says, peace, King David. Salute to you, fam. Modern King says, I can't keep talking about reality dealing with an oligarch like Floyd. Yeah. Hey, man, I get all the criticism about Floyd. The dude said all lives matter. You know what I mean? He said all lives matter. I mean, we're not going to go down that path, but that tell you a lot about what you need to know about Floyd Mayweather. Eye for an eye. I hope ESPN Top Rank buried TMT realest boxing talk. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I was listening to Bushido Boxing a little bit earlier, bro, and he said something that I think is big facts. Bushido Boxing, and I said this before too, but Bushido said if this fight was on ESPN or Top Rank or DAZN, it would have happened already. If they had control of this fight, it would have happened already, right? The only reason why we're not getting this fight is because of the PBC, but also too because Errol Spence ain't trying to fight Terrence Crawford, really. That's really what it is at the end of the day. But I do think that they damn sure ain't helping the situation. Maybe they coming up with strategic diversions on why the fight ain't happening. Sanctus says, if Bud becomes a 2-time undisputed champion, possible 3-time, Floyd and his TBE marketing gimmick gets leapfrogged onto GOAT conversations. Yeah, man. Modern King Boxer says, exactly. Tom Brown lied. Yeah, man. He lied. Okay, y'all talking to each other. Mr. Power 100 says, you mean Duck Crawford? Wow, you talking real reckless right now, given everything that's going on out here, Mr. Power 100. You talking real reckless right now, considering we looking at this situation. And it seems like the only reason why this fight ain't happening is because of Errol Spence Jr. We looking at Terrence Crawford make all the sacrifices. We looking at him crossing the street. We looking at him getting the belt. We looking at him taking a low ball deal from the PBC. We talking about Terrence Bud Crawford not getting transparency on a low ball, ridiculous ass motherfucking contract. But you telling me you calling him Duck Crawford? You got a lot of nerve, my boy. You got a lot of nerve, bro. Matter of fact, let me drop this link right here on that note. But actually, before I do that, real quick. Again, we got a little segment on here called Head Up. So if you want to challenge anybody on the panel to a head up, feel free to do so. You know what I mean? 15-minute debate, 5 minutes you, 5 minutes them, pick a topic, and then 5 minutes on back and forth exchange, right? If anybody is new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. And everybody, and I do mean everybody, be sure to hit the like button one time for your boy. Again, y'all follow your boy on social media, box-or-die. Follow me on Twitter, Box capital X or capital X die. You know what I'm saying? The sponsor for the show today is Modern King Boxing with a $7 super chat. You know what I'm saying? Highest bidder goes, or the highest super chat or contribution to the show becomes the sponsor. Right now, Modern King Boxing is the sponsor of the show. Salute to him. You know what I'm saying? Got the Cash App in the description. Got the super chat down there below. Y'all free to hit that if y'all feel like making some contributions to the channel. But let me drop this goddamn link, man. And with all that being said, let me drop it. And then I'm going to continue to read comments. But just to summarize what I was saying just a little bit earlier, bro, at the end of the day, the only thing that we can surmise is that this is duck goose on behalf of Errol Spence Jr. This is a 155% duck. This is DuckTales. This is duck language. This is DuckTales. This is duck sauce. Duck goose. This proves without a shadow of a doubt that everything that Bud was requested to do on behalf of Errol Spence Jr. was all duck language at the end of the day, because even when Bud did all that, even when he made all those sacrifices, we still got guys like Floyd Mayweather coming out and saying the fight ain't happening. Mr. PBC himself, Mr. Al Heyman is my dad, saying the fight ain't happening. This proves without a shadow of a doubt that the fight was never going to happen. Errol is chicken shit. Errol is a coward. He got no faith that he can win. According to Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather is confirming that when he makes these statements. All the easy routes, the side of the streets, it was all duck language to begin with. Point blank period in the discussion, man. Let me pin that link that I just dropped to the top. Hold on here. Pin that to the top. Boom. We pinning that message to the top. Boom. Let me go back to the comment section. Let me see what y'all talking about. Okay, we got somebody that done pulled up on us. Okay, my guy AC here in the building. Welcome to the panel, man. What's going on with you, fam?
What's going on, fam? I just write AC for Airsoft and Chef.
Oh, okay.
I've been posting that the fight's gonna happen. This is all promotion. I'm Bud Crawford all the way. I'm 100% convinced at this particular point Bud is staying in it because he just wants to get Errol in the ring to shut all of his detractors up. Because I think in Bud's mind, and I'm just speaking hypothetically, I think in Bud's mind, if he fights Errol, there is nothing else anyone can say negative about him. Not LDBC, not Knockout, not anybody. Nobody can speak bad about him because he beat your guy. You guys said he literally fought nobody. You guys said all of this crazy shit. You said he signed with Bob Arum so he could avoid the Bud Crawford. So he could avoid the Spence fight and shit like that. So, or just avoid smoke from the PBC in general. So basically, at this particular point, this is the way I see it. I was convinced that this fight may happen later on in the year, right? But the one thing that kept me in the game was the fact that Showtime and shit like that still hasn't announced its winter fight schedule. So I kept on saying in my mind, the biggest fight that they're putting on right now is Wilder's return. Why not announce, which I think they are going to announce their winter fight card. On that winter fight card is going to be Errol Spence versus Bud Crawford. Now, the reason why I'm 100% convinced that right now is what Floyd said. Right? Here's the thing. If you want to build a big fight, because if this fight doesn't do what Wilder Fury did, it's a flop. Wilder Fury won. It's a flop. Just based on everything that would be happening. Now, if you want to sell 100 million pay-per-views, at least you got to create villains. And there's villains on both sides. This shit is tribal. Everyone on Bud's side is blaming Errol. Everyone on Errol's side is blaming Bud. Sometimes it's hard to have a conversation because Errol Spence fans want to talk over you and interrupt you and then become rude and shit like that. You try to have a conversation with he want to hit the pause and then invite you to the frame stand and all of this other questionable shit. So basically, as long as I got everybody fighting, as long as I got everybody debating, that is fucking genius as far as marketing.
What?
Because no matter what,
man, get the fuck out of here.
Bro, be easy. Be easy. Be easy. Take it easy. Take it down 1,000. That is fucking genius when it comes down to
That's not genius. You sound like you sound crazy.
Oh, can I finish?
Go ahead, finish. Well, I'm being easy, but go ahead.
Wow.
Finish what you're saying, and I'm gonna let everybody cook. Finish what you're saying. Go ahead, Val.
What I'm saying is genius in this, because here it is on both sides. Bud said he pressed. Blue Blood drops a video saying Bud pressed him. Right? It's all Errol. It's all Errol's fault. Then Carpenter and Mike Kellerman come out with their statements. Kellerman comes out because he works for ESPN, but also had a long-standing relationship with ESPN. He kind of backs Terrence Bud Crawford because he's always been a fan of Bud Crawford, and he says this duck comment. Errol Spence then decides to respond to 6-0 Keyshawn Davis, takes a huge load of shit for that. Floyd then comes out and makes his statement. To take the heat off, yes, but also to put the biggest distraction in the mix by then throwing in drama. Now, if I'm going to bring drama into a situation, I'm just going to tell you, oh, the fight's not happening. Do I believe that? Hell no. Oh, the fight's not happening anytime soon. No, because soon could be tomorrow. Soon could be 2 weeks from now. Soon could be 30 days from now. No time soon has the same fucking schedule. So when you take common sense and you take the amount of money that went into negotiations already, and we're just talking negotiations, we're talking term sheets were signed for either party to walk away right now is ridiculous. To hold the fight for another 6 months makes no sense if all parties are paying attention to what's going on in social media, what's going on just in general in the media. So they're building the mega fight, the fight that's going to break all the records. Floyd Mayweather is going to cash the fuck in. You talking about what he cashed in for Conor McGregor? Oh no, that will be chump change to what him, Al Heyman, and Ellerbe will cash in for this fight by constantly putting in all this drama at this point once the term sheets were announced that they were signed. Everything just went from 0 to 100. Now,
okay. So you saying pretty much that all of this is part of the promotion and that it's just gonna make for a bigger fight. That's essentially what you're saying.
Oh my God.
Basically, yes.
Gotcha. Okay, let me just go to the next person because I want to open up the panel so everybody can get a chance. So I want to give everybody their chance to just speak their piece. My guy, the next person to pull up on me was my guy, Bold and Understandings. And y'all be sure to subscribe to my guy, Bold and Understandings on YouTube. Hey, AC, do you have a YouTube channel, bro? So I can shout you out?
Yeah, but no? it's all about food and airsoft. So unless people are into either one, because I'm a chef and world did all kind of shit in the food space. So
yeah, shout your channel out, man, real quick, man. Everybody love food. So I mean,
airsoft during chef. It's just a lot of little demonstrations of me doing high level cooking and stuff like that. Me playing airsoft with some new builds and stuff like that. I'm an older head. I do this shit to run around, stay young, stay healthy, keep my trigger finger alive. So
I hear you. Salute, my guy. Okay, and y'all be sure to subscribe to my guy, Bold and Understandings on YouTube. Also got a good YouTube channel. Y'all subscribe to him as well. But Bold, what's on your mind, man? Welcome to the panel.
Hey, salute, fellas. What's going on, man?
Chilling, man. What's up with you?
Chilling. Hey, AC, make sure you drop your channel in the chat, man, because like you said, you're cooking up some food, man. But that scenario just cooked up, man. Ain't cooking, man. Because Floyd Mayweather ain't Tyler Perry, so all that drama, that stuff.
He not Tyler Perry.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds good that he was keeps coming up with all these stories and whatnot, man. But like I said, man, I've been one of the few guys, man, just not believing this fight was gonna happen, man. Like I gave up on this about a year ago, and I should have gave up on it like 4 years ago, because the minute when Errol Spence holler out, why not take the easy route right then and there? That should have been like, yo, this dude don't want this fight. Because I remember I used to be in the boxing gyms and I used to debate people. I was like, yo, why would this dude say, why not take the easy route? Like, he doesn't want to fight. And everybody kept saying, let it marinate. And I was like, I don't see this fight happening. And here it is, 4 years later. Same boat, man. So yeah, these people, like, you know, they like you said, they like to blame Coppinger, right? And Coppinger wasn't even the one that broke the news out about this November 19th. That literally came from their guys. And those guys who be saluting like PBC or pledge allegiance to the PBC, those are the ones who broke that November 19th stuff out. And they just using Mike Coppinger as the fall guy because he's with ESPN. So they could have did that a long time ago and be like, yo, I don't know who put out this November 19th, but that ain't what happening. So to me, I just think that it's all bull crap at the end of the day. I don't think Errol Spence want to fight. And that's just my personal opinion. Maybe he does want to fight, but I just don't see him wanting to fight Terrence Crawford, because Terrence Crawford still looks too dangerous of a fight for him. So, you know, like I said before, they on Operation Age Bud Out. That's basically what it is, you know. They want to make sure, like, yo, this man got his old man legs. He can't move like how he used to. This is the perfect time to get in the ring with him. That's all I see. You know, that's what's coming from these guys, man. But other than that, man, I'm gonna let somebody go ahead and cook, man, and I piggyback off it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Salute. Okay, so you know we gotta go to my guy. Last but not least, my guy AB, man. Welcome to the panel, man. What's on your mind, fam?
What's good? Salute, fellas. Salute. Cooking guy, please stick to the cooking, because what you were talking about. And stick to be easy. What you were saying? Be easy. Stick to the cooking. But build up, bro, sir. This has been building up for 5 years. How much more of a build up do they need? And you don't think this is gonna sell as much as Fury and Wilder? This is the fight that everybody waiting for. This is gonna be
everything I said makes sense.
No, it don't make no sense, because because the fight should be happening right now. What you mean? What build up? Be easy, huh?
You're an employee, not a boss. So
you a boss? Like Are you a boss? Yes, are you a boss?
Hold on.
Yes, sir.
Hold on.
Are you a boss? You a boss of the PBC?
Hey, Chef, hold on a second.
You a boss of the PBC?
We're gonna let AB cook. Go ahead, AB.
Let him cook.
I'm just saying. Are you a boss of the PBC? Are you a boss of the PBC?
Neither are you.
Are you a boss? You capping for you act like you know what's going on. I'm speaking on facts. I'm speaking on facts.
You capping too, because you don't.
No, I ain't capping. I'm speaking on facts. What I said that was cap. I said we've been waiting for 4 years. We've been waiting for 4 years. We've been waiting for 4 years. Hey, we've been waiting for 4 years. You said you know what? You that motherfucker that wait for a bitch. That been teasing your ass for 4 years. You know what? You want some pussy? I'll give it to you. I'm gonna give it to you. Pay my light bill. I'm gonna give it to you. Pay my rent. I'm gonna give it to you. Pay this. I'm gonna give it to you. And your ass still waiting while a motherfucker like a real motherfucker come through the back door and bust that bitch back out. That's what the fuck you do. Why you waiting for this goddamn build up? But like I was saying, yeah. You know it. But like I was saying, I've been saying this since they ran into each other at the hooker fight. The dude don't want to fight Terrence Bud Crawford. It's written all on his face. Al Heyman and, like you said, Floyd Mayweather, they gonna throw their name out there. They gonna let the Errol Spence hide behind them so they can take as many bullets as they can, because everybody wants to blame everybody besides Errol Spence Jr. Because at the end of the day, it's gonna be Errol Spence Jr.'s legacy. Everybody's gonna talk about years from now. They ain't gonna talk about Floyd Mayweather. They ain't gonna talk about Al Heyman. They gonna say why Errol Spence didn't want to fight Terrence Bud Crawford. And you know, some of y'all can still wait and hope that he gonna fight him. Wait for the build up. But somebody like me, I'm just gonna pay him no attention, because like I said, he fighting somebody else that ain't Terrence Bud Crawford next, and I'll put money on that.
You dropping the mic on that, AB?
I'm dropping the mic on that.
All right, okay. Let's go to my guy Reginald. Seemed the lone Errol Spence fan that made it to the panel. What's going on with you, fam? Welcome
Hey,
to the
what's up,
panel.
fellas? How y'all doing?
Chilling, man. What's going on with you, Reginald?
Yeah, man. You know, Floyd is attention grabber, man. Floyd want all that attention, and he feel that Bud and Earl is eating up all the oxygen, so he wanted to just throw his name in a hat. There's no way that he gonna run this fight between Bud and Earl. That's between Bud team and Errol Spence team. And something that you guys gotta realize that Steven Espinosa, who Showtime was gonna put up the money, he said the negotiation is going on. Earl said, "Hey, the fight happening next," and that's what I'm going off of. I'm not going off of Floyd because he got problems with Tank. He need to worry about his own promotional company instead of worry about what Man Down promotional company is doing. So I'm not buying Floyd. Floyd just want attention. He want to be recognized, the boss of PBC, but he ain't nothing but the front man. You know, and Al Heyman running the PBC, and I truly believe that.
So
what y'all fellas think about that?
So essentially, you saying Floyd lying is what you're saying.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay.
When it comes to Earl bank account and Earl picking who he fight, Al Heyman tell those fighters who to fight. Floyd don't got no juice like that. Floyd don't got no juice to stop a Wilder fight, to stop a Bud and Earl fight. He don't got juice like that to stop a Charlo fight. Now he may can stop a Tank fight, but he can't stop a fight with Wild. He can't stop a fight with Charlo.
All of that, but he can collect
money. He collecting money, but he don't got no juice like that with PBC. He just a front man to face.
Yeah, all he wanted that money. So if I could throw a little bit of mix while he hashing out this little bit of hiccup shit that was about the financials and clarity for Bud before the 15th. Trust me, the 15th, I'm betting everything on the 15th. They're gonna announce that fight.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping too. That's what I'm hoping.
The 15th of what? October?
Yeah, at the Wilder fight. At the Wilder fight.
It makes the most sense.
The 5th.
It makes the most sense to
know. But I'm saying they ain't gonna be able to do Wilder. They ain't gonna be able to do.
They fight January. January is still the winter. You feel what I'm saying? If they say it, go ahead.
So if they don't say it on the 15th, then what? Then what's gonna be its next excuse? What's gonna be the next fallback? What's gonna be the next hope?
I don't believe the fight gonna happen.
Okay, so you saying after October the 15th, you just like fuck it, it ain't gonna happen.
Yep.
Yeah, I think.
Get ready to have your heart broken.
Okay.
I think that if the fight they don't announce the fight October 15th, they're gonna push it sometime next year. But
that's what I'm saying. The goalposts always gonna move. It's always gonna move.
But I think I really believe the next time the fight gonna be is gonna be between Bud and Earl.
Yeah, Reginald, go ahead, finish up what you were saying, and I'm gonna open up the panel all the way.
Okay, yeah, I really believe that if they don't announce the fight on the 15th, but I believe that Earl and Spence gonna fight each other next. It ain't gonna be no other but them two guys fighting next. And I really believe that. Yes.
So if Earl fight anybody else next, what then what?
Then again, if that happens, I'm still gonna be happy because Earl is fighting.
Oh my goodness! I want Bud to fight too. All right. See that's it. You all right, sir? You lost me, Reggie.
No, would you call Errol Spence a duck after that? Would Errol Spence be labeled a duck in your eyes?
But no, y'all gotta realize that it's not a duck; it's business. I really don't believe that Bud.
This man is 35 years old.
Wait. But hold on. I'm trying to hear about how it's business. Because
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Wouldn't the biggest money fight? Wouldn't the biggest money fight be a Bud Crawford fight? So how is it business?
Right. But you know what? Earl and Bud not scared to fight each other. I mean, that's cap. They's not scared to get in any ring.
How? It's been 4 years, sir.
4 years. 4 years. We got 4 years of history. You mean to tell me Errol Spence ain't scared?
Down there 5 years. Really.
You know,
somebody's scared.
No, nobody ain't scared of each other. Come on, fellas. It's boxing.
One thing.
Okay, then how Hold on. I just want to hear this. How do you explain the fight not happening then, Reginald?
You know what? It's the same reason why the Pacquiao Mayweather fight didn't happen. It's something always come up.
Nah, Pacquiao didn't want to take a blood test.
It was something coming up, but like I said, man,
something always came up for the past.
But
5 years.
Steven Espinosa and Earl said the fight gonna happen, and that's all we got to go on. Floyd don't got no juice when it comes to Bud career. I mean, Earl career.
We agree with you on that, but we saying though, why do you believe Errol Spence when this dude been contradicting himself for years and years and years?
Yes. And then the other thing about it is, although he got no say over Bud's career, I'm sure he knows whether or not they actually trying to make the fight because he works on behalf of the PBC.
I really think he just a front man. He don't go in there. He's not a lawyer. Al Heyman is a lawyer. Matter of fact, Al Heyman the one who did his deal for Showtime. I don't think Floyd intelligent enough to do the X's and O's and dot the I's across the
board. So hold on. So essentially his argument is that Floyd is lying. But before that, let me go to my guy Lightspeed. My guy Lightspeed pulled up on the panel. What's going on with you, Lightspeed? What's on your mind? After you go, we're gonna open up the panel and it's gonna be a free smoke session. But go ahead, Lightspeed. What's on your mind?
Hey, salute to you, champ. Salute to everybody on the panel.
What up,
bro?
Hey, what up? I'm gonna just be quick because I would rather just like have the panel open up and hear more opinions. But I got my popcorn out because we are getting real creative again. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's amazing that how far we'll go. I don't think it was a brilliant strategy because I don't think if it was a so to say like this whole thing is like a brilliant strategy and they're gonna make the biggest mega fight ever. I mean, I think the fight sold itself because a lot of people want to see these two great fighters fight each other. I think that's what made the great fight of the century or whatever you want to call it. But I think all the back and forth and ducking and theatrics and everything that's happened over the past 5 years with this fight, I don't think that's good marketing at all.
All I'm gonna say to that, and I've been trying to say it, if we're gonna quote Wilder on one thing, let's quote him on the most important thing that he said. Boxing is a business, and there are powers that be that sometimes prevent and hold off big fights from happening.
Hold on, AC. Let Lightspeed.
So with that, yep. So with that, I'll say the last point because I get the business part, and I think the panel will get into that, and there's other people that will cook on it. I'm just gonna address something I think you said, and I've heard it echoed so many times when people talk about fighters nowadays, and I feel like it's a new thread of like. I don't feel like back in the days, maybe the 90s or 2000s, or I don't remember people saying this in this way. Oh, these are professional fighters. They're not scared of anybody. I think those are two different conversations. I don't think we're saying he fears that man as a man. I'm just saying the same way Michael Jordan had a fear, even though Barkley went up against him every day, Bird went against him, Magic went against him. You could translate it however you want. Maybe that fear translates as respect or whatever it is. But Spence has a healthy fear of Crawford.
No, that's not true.
Let him finish.
Let me finish.
They chopping at the bit, my boy.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Let me finish. I promise you, I won't hurt Spence too bad. Let me finish. It'll be okay. You can defend him later. But nah, I mean, look, I don't forgot the freaking point I was even gonna make with that. But all I'm saying is this: there's a healthy respect and fear, and I think PBC. This is what I was saying. PBC has that same level of fear because Spence may not be Canelo, but he is one of their cash cows, and Crawford is a big threat. Point blank. Period. So. I think it's irrelevant. People always try to say, why would you say, oh, he ain't ducking because y'all think he's scared of that man? Y'all think he's scared of that man? That's a whole irrelevant conversation. Nobody thinks he's feared that man. I hope he's not waking up, you know what I mean, having sweat, nightmares about Crawford. I hope all that's not happening. At
He
the end of
is.
the day, at the end of the day, Crawford is a phenomenal athlete and talent, and hell yeah, they're all worried over there, and that to me explains all these weird actions over all these years more than anything.
You dropping the mic on that?
Well, you remember you heard what Bob. Let's go to another.
Hold on, real quick. You dropping the mic on that right there?
Yeah, that was it.
Lightspeed.
That's it. Yeah, mic drop.
All right, bet. Okay, the panel is open, fellas. Go ahead.
Hey, remember what Bob Aaron? Let's quote Bob Aaron. What he said? He said Spence knows he can't beat Crawford.
So let's take it one more to Bob. Bob said this to Errol Spence's face. Said it to his face. Your best bet is to stay as far away from Terrence as you can.
Yo, who did that? Yeah,
that was pretty goddamn good, boy.
That was me, AC.
Damn.
But if you really look at their careers, go ahead.
Nah, I was gonna say, King, you gotta find that clip. You gotta.
Oh yeah,
yo, that right there was funny. Yo, that was right. That was dead on right there.
Yeah,
I thought he playing the clip.
With Maurice Hooker.
But let's be honest. Let's be honest. Bub made his bones, and Bub made the pound for pound list at 135 and 140. He didn't make it at 147.
Well,
Matter of fact, his best win was a retiring Porter.
Huh?
Oh, here we go.
What?
Oh
my God! Stop it. He was already pound for pound when he came to 140. He beat Manny Pacquiao.
Hey. What's his name? Reginald.
Yes.
Let's put it this way.
Oh, this Reginald. I'm sorry.
The actual facts is the underlying reason why me being a boxing fan would say Bud Crawford is number one at 147 because he beat the man who beat the man at 147, which was Pacquiao. Pacquiao was lineal champion.
You think Earl couldn't beat him? You think Earl couldn't beat Pacquiao?
Did he beat him?
Earl wound up going in. Earl, what happened? That's when Earl flipped his car during those negotiations, or was it his eye?
No, he just had an eye injury. Eye injury, I think.
Okay, so he had the eye injury, so he couldn't get the fight, right? But what I'm saying is that was after Jeff Horn beat Pacquiao. Jeff Horn beats Pacquiao. Jeff Horn becomes lineal champion. Jeff Horn didn't have 24 hours to enjoy lineal champion because they didn't like the way Jeff Horn bullied Pacquiao, so they stripped him of it.
He beat his ass though.
Yeah, here comes. Yeah, so here comes.
Spence knows he can't beat Crawford.
See, that's what I'm fucking telling you guys. Spence knows he can't beat my fucking guy, Terrence Crawford. What are you talking about?
He ain't even win no. He's just annoyed with
fellas. Well, riddle me this. Out of both fighters, who got the better chance? Be honest.
We don't know.
Spence gets hit more. Bud got great defense. What you mean? One gets hit and one got good defense.
Who got the better chance?
The fact that
who got better defense?
That's the point he's trying to make. Bud was dropped. Spence wasn't dropped. That's the point.
I would say Bud got a better chin because he wasn't the one hurt by a non-puncher in Ugas.
Ooh.
And Larte.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You know what?
They both got dropped. To be honest with you, we gonna say all that.
But here go a good question for y'all though. What puncher has Errol Spence been in the ring with?
Puncher.
I tell you what, when Kell Brook beat Sean Porter, Kell Brook was the man at 147. I don't care what nobody say. He came and destroyed Sean Porter.
And we saw
he had a broke out against Triple G.
We saw what Bud did to him. So
he was already washed up when Terrence.
He got beat by Triple G.
We knew it was coming. We knew it was coming.
When was Kell Brook washed up? When did Kell Brook get washed up?
Yeah, Kell Brook was washed up when
when was he washed up? Because I like this these
he was washed up when Earl destroyed him and made him quit. He made him quit. He got a broken arm now.
There we go.
Triple G didn't beat him before them and fuck up one of his eyes. So
Yeah, that's the part they ignore. They ignore
broke his eye.
the Triple G part.
Only
They
Errol
ignore
did
the
that.
Triple G part,
So
but if you look at the fight,
he was washed up after Triple G beat him.
No,
And what was this? 6 months? 6 months later, he fought Earl after a broken eye.
Come on,
he
bro.
gave Earl a good fight the first 7 rounds.
With a broke eye, I know, right? With a broke eye, gave him a good fight. So if his eye would have held up, what would have happened?
His eye was held up.
His eye wasn't healed up.
Eye.
Okay.
All right, so you do realize when you have a broken orbital bone, right, and your eye don't heal on time, is your other side will break a lot easier. You do realize that, right?
What Bud gonna find out? Bud gonna find out because Earl.
What you mean?
Bud, because it's fact that Earl crushed eye sockets, and that's 2 on his resume.
Okay. Did he crush Sean Porter eye socket? What about Sean Porter? What about Mikey Garcia? What about Mikey Garcia?
Hey, what about Earl getting his eye socket taken?
What about Ocampo?
What about Mikey? Tell me about Mikey, the 135-pound dude that he had down there with 1,000 punches. Tell me about that dude. Why didn't he break his eye socket?
Mikey is a dog, man.
Why didn't he break his eye socket though? Earl was hitting with everything but the kitchen sink.
Earl beat Mikey down.
Lightweight.
So you're admitting Ugas is not a dog. Hold on, Gerald. So you just admitted Ugas is not a dog compared to Mikey Garcia.
Yeah, Ugas is a dog.
Ugas was an easier fight.
Ugas beat Bud Crawford in amateurs.
So
you talking about amateurs again? God damn, Reggie, I thought we was off this, man.
I mean, damn, my little cousin whooped me when I was 6 years old. What that mean?
Because y'all trying to downplay Earl victory over Ugas.
If you're talking about amateurs, didn't Brian Castano beat Errol Spence in the amateurs?
Oh,
Brian Castano. Oh, the one who
dropped him too,
beat
right?
Charlo.
Dropped him.
Charlo.
Dropped him.
Yeah,
Yep, the one who got beat up by Charlo. Beat Errol Spence.
Yeah, he's a dog.
He's a dog.
Yeah, because he gave Charlo a good
But Terrence Bud Crawford ain't a dog.
So does that mean that Brian Castano could beat Errol Spence because he beat him in amateurs?
It'll be a good fight. It'll be a good fight at 154.
Does that mean he could beat him though? Because you bringing up amateurs like it holds a whole lot of weight in the pro ranks.
Earl should get a unanimous decision or split decision over Stanios.
So he's saying no, it don't hold no weight with Earl. It don't hold no weight with Earl.
Okay, that's what I was thinking too. But go ahead.
Here's a bit of history for you, Gerald. The only time what you're saying actually holds as an actual fact is if you go back to Shane Mosley, right? I just brain farted and forgot the fighter that beat Shane.
So Vernon Forrest.
Yeah, Vernon Forrest. Vernon Forrest is pretty much the only blueprint that conversation can actually hold fact to. Every other fighter that tender lost to a fighter in the amateurs, when they wanted to redeem that loss, whether it was a promotional thing, nothing was on the line and shit like that. Because back in the day, you sound like you're older head that been watching boxing for a long time. You would know like fighters like Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns, Hagler, all of them dudes fought many a fight where their belts wasn't on the line, and it was because to avenge a loss that might have happened in the amateurs or some shit like that, and that they then go ahead and dog walk the guy that they beat that beat them in the amateurs. So, with the exception of Vernon Forrest and Shane Mosley, that's the only fight in boxing history that I can think of where that scenario is actually true. Now, when it comes down to if I look at the current Brian Castano versus this version of Errol Spence, to be perfectly honest, I'm leaning towards Brian Castano because Castano already faced Derek James, the trainer. And Derek James has one flaw that he's passing on to all of his fighters, including the Charlo. When they load up for their power shots, they're not completely sitting down on the punch. So therefore, when they throw it, they find themselves off balance and taking one or two steps to reset, which then have them holding up a really high guard just to cover themselves up to counter that flaw. Ugas kept on making Spence pay for that simple flaw by going to his body. Ugas decided to slow down.
Well, you know the thing, AC, is a lot of dudes like to bring up the amateurs, but the fact is that the amateurs is a completely different fight.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
4 rounds. You use like 12-ounce, 14-ounce gloves. You got headgear on.
And you gotta constantly throw punches.
Yeah, the fight is paced
constant throw
differently.
punches.
It's paced differently. It's scored differently. It's a completely different goddamn fight. So I don't understand why dudes want to bring up the amateurs like it means anything when you're talking about a 12-round professional fight. It's completely different.
I think it's more
They bring it up when it's all they got.
Go ahead.
They bring it up when it's all they got.
No, it's more it's more psychological. You know what I'm saying? It's more psychological.
Okay, that's
You
valid.
know what I'm saying? I beat you, and no matter what happens, I got the first one win over you.
The problem with that though is because it's not a professional fight, and usually in most amateur fights, nobody's knocked down, nobody's stopped. Like
it's who the busier person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially if you
how many scoring blows did you take?
Yeah.
I make so many amateurs fights where people feel like they won. Like, I won that shit. You know what I mean? Because
And they don't really no defense or none. They just
bro, and the politics is crazy. So you could have won a fight and then lost easily. It's worse. In a lot of cases, it's worse than pro boxing with the judging. Because they score.
Just look at Roy Jones, man. He lost in the finals. He clearly won, but he lost right now. If he was to fight that dude, if he would have fought that dude professionally, everybody knows Roy Jones would have dusted him off. But people like Reggie would have been like, "Yo, that beat Roy Jones in the amateurs."
No.
Listen, I fought. I was talked into it by my uncle and shit like that. So I joined my Westbury here in New York, Westbury PAL. That's when I was living in Long Island and shit like that. So I joined the PAL. I got a long reach, right? So I'm doing my thing in boxing. I have to go to Glen Cove, right? There's a match in Glen Cove with Glen Cove PAL, right? Now we get in there. It's me, my cousin, my uncle. We are the only raisins in this bucket of milk in this particular section of Glen Cove, and in this particular PAL. I dog walked this dude and still lost the fight. Because these niggas gave me like 2 points. I was like, wow. Wow. Shit made me cry. I'm walking to the car crying like, wow, that's fucked up. He was like, nah, I'm like, well, you know you won that fight. Yeah, I know that I won that fight, but why they gonna give it to him? What kind of shit is that? And that's like my first experience with racism outside of someone calling me a nigga or some shit like that.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So I was like, wow, that kind of left me heartbroken to where I just never really got back in it. It was like, nah, I'm not gonna box out here in Long Island. Got to travel to all of these white places to fight, and all I'm gonna do is lose.
You saw Floyd. You saw Floyd Mayweather when he fought in the Olympics, and they robbed the shit out of him. They robbed the shit out of Roy Jones.
That's way different. Long Island, New York, that's Republican country.
Yeah, but I mean the politics though are like that though. You know, like it's crazy. You could win the entire fight and then just lose.
Yeah,
you know. So
period.
That's why it's like it. If you're talking about amateurs, it's almost like
fighting Canelo.
It's like a waste of time, bro. Like we talking about amateurs.
Sometimes it's a popularity contest who's coming in to win that fight. You feel what I'm saying? If you're already the shoe and you've already had 5-6 good showings and shit like that, by the time you get to your 6th showing, you're already gonna be the expected winner. All you got to do is just look good and flashy, and you won the fight. Regardless of how many little inside shots you giving a guy and coming off with some good pull counters and shit like that. I've seen it 1,000 times in amateur joints. Like, wow, they really pay that fight to that good. And we see that shit all the time in pros. Good fighters go to another country and lose. Like, wow, that is sheer robbery. Scorecard where they still tried to rob Bivol versus Canelo. It's the same thing. So at the end of the day, when we keeping it about boxing and keeping it about this fight, like I said, drama sells.
Yeah, boxing is a business.
Let me read these 2 comments real quick by Sanctus. He says, wasn't just the eye Triple G damage. Brooke took a hellacious head trauma from a huge puncher who hit way harder than Errol Spence and Bud, but Earl Sexual say Brooke was Earl's leftovers. Yeah, shit crazy, bro. And then he also says Mike Tyson lost to Terrell Biggs in the amateurs. Mike sent him to the shadow realm in the pros. Sure did, bro. Took that nigga off the earth.
Shadow realm.
The shadow realm, bro.
But you ain't never seen Terrell Biggs after that.
I never said the shadow realm.
Right. You ain't even seen Terrell Biggs give an interview after the fight. Like, yo, Terrell, like what happened?
Damn. Dropping some facts over here. Okay.
Yeah, he was a good heavyweight. This came along at the wrong era.
Sanctus also says Floyd was robbed at the Olympics, but also arguably got beat by Lorenzo Aragon of Cuba as well. Yeah, I remember that. I remember hearing about that. Yeah, but it's just a different fight, bro. Like all together, bro. So you can't. When you talking about who's gonna win a fight, it don't make no sense. You bring up amateur, you know what I mean? I mean it helps, but it don't make no sense. You talk about it in a serious way because it's just a completely different fight altogether.
Yeah, but like I said, it's psychological warfare. You know, I beat you once, so you know, I'm going into this fight that I already beat you. So, you know, let's put it in my back column. That's what I'm using it for.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. All right, so let's say you want to be psychological to a thinker, a guy who, you know, I'm gonna just use Terrence Boyd Crawford as an example because he's very competitive, and even though people try to say he's shy, when you listen to him,
that dude is crazy.
Shit. You feel what I'm saying? He be on some gorilla shit, and that's why that's why I fucks with him. So understand this: you tell Terrence Boyd Crawford, yeah, but I beat you in the amateurs. He'll look at you and say, yeah, I was a kid. I'm a grown-ass man. I dare you to try that shit now.
You know what's funny? You know who
shutting that down.
You know who talked just like that? You know, Gary Russell and Bud went at it as amateurs. And Gary Russell said he want all that smoke because they
Gary Russell need to
as
sit
an
down,
amateur.
bro.
But
No, I'm not saying that Gary Russell beat him.
Yeah.
But Gary Russell said that he want the smoke from Bud.
But at the end of the
I can say I want to smoke with Mike Tyson. Come on now, stop the cap.
No, it ain't no cap.
It is cap because Bud at 147, this dude at 126. It ain't gonna never happen.
I'm just saying that what Gary Russell said out of his mouth, you got to talk to him. Don't be mad at me because he said it.
I ain't mad at you. I'm just saying you crazy for believing it. I'm trying to help you out.
Hey, Bud,
you sound foolish.
I don't sound foolish.
Bud responded to that Gary Russell shit like a real G. He said, "I'll break your fucking neck." Drop mic. I'll break your fucking neck. You know what I'm saying?
That could be true.
And what Gary say?
Yeah, Gary's want the smoke. And Gary Russell wants the smoke, man.
Did he move up to 147?
Exactly.
No, Gary still.
Okay, so he don't want the smoke then.
Hold on. Bud told him he'll fight him at a catchweight. Bud said meet me at like 140, 138.
Gary Russell still at 126 right now.
That nigga said,
he said at 126 right now. He ain't going to 130 to fight Shakur. Why you talking all this shit?
I sucker punched this nigga in the gym. He put hands on me. I'm talking shit right now, but I don't want to fight Bud Crawford.
Yeah, Devin Haney called him out. He said, I wasn't talking about Devin. Devin wasn't number one weight class up. I wasn't talking to you, Devin. I was talking to Bud Crawford. I was talking to the pound for pound number one fight in the world, Devin, even though you ain't pound for pound nothing. Right.
And he at 47. He 2 weight classes over you. I was talking to him.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with Devin Haney. He
ain't no problem with Devin Haney. Problem with all these other dudes talking this shit ain't doing nothing. Devin Haney want the smoke. Tank don't want the smoke. Gary Russell don't want the smoke. All these dudes that talk all this shit, tell me who they the fault. Why they talking all this shit?
I'm trying to tell you that Tank will beat Devin Haney.
Tank, he ain't gonna fight Devin Haney.
What are you basing this off of?
That's what I'm saying. Your fandom?
No, Tank got power.
And what? Not at 135?
Not at 135.
Because he not that rolly? Because he not that rolly?
And Barrios.
Oh, wow. 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 Okay. Yeah.
Tank
Like I said,
got
stop it, sir.
legitimate power.
You sound crazy, sir. You sound
Don't
crazy.
downplay it now. Tank got power.
So these the elite dudes at
Wilder had
135.
power, but still got knocked the fuck out by Tyson Fury in the third fight. Let's keep it real.
Who was that?
Nobody got power like Wilder in boxing, but he still lost a pillow fist. Got knocked the fuck out by pillow fist Tyson Fury.
But he dropped Tyson. He dropped Tyson Fury 4 times in 3 fights. So it goes both ways.
I don't.
But he lost.
But he lost.
He lost.
He didn't get up. One guy kept on getting.
No, my bad. He ain't lose. He got his ass kicked twice.
Destroyed.
And I'm like,
the second time I was mad because I fell asleep on it and that shit ended so fast. And the third time I was real mad because I believe this bitch ass. Man, they poisoned my water. My uniform was too heavy. No, that dude just put hands and feet on your ass.
But like I said, Wilder dropped them 4 times. You act like you
and
was
what
a
happened?
pick in the walk.
And what happened? And what happened after he dropped?
It was a walk in the park.
Wilder got who got laid out? Who was laid out?
Hey, Tyson was laid out.
Who was laid out? Who had to get helped up?
Tyson got a slow count the first
Who had to help? Who had somebody had to go out there and pick somebody up off the ground? Who got picked up? Who got picked up?
But at the end of the day,
who got picked up off the ground, sir?
It's non-debatable. It's non-debatable.
Oh, okay.
It's non-debatable. Fury won.
We know.
Fury won.
Listen,
Fury beat his ass.
Gerald, I'm gonna keep it tall with you. Wilder got Fury got a long count in the first fight, and he got a long count, and he got a long count in the third fight because
Thank you.
Andre Ward and Lennox Lewis was like, wow, that was a really long count. And then the other dude from ESPN came in and was like, yeah, but you know, other fighters have long count. Maybe Wilder wasn't fully back in the corner where the ref wanted him to be. There's plenty of reasons why a fighter would get, you know, kind of a long count. But that was still a long count.
Hey, this what I'm gonna say. This what I'm gonna say.
You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day,
that first fight wasn't a long count, man.
So okay. So Fury lost 2 times then. Wilder won 2 times.
No,
Fury lost 2 times.
It ain't up to debate no more. Wilder lost twice. So I'm
what are we talking about the long count then? He got his ass beat.
Those are facts.
Okay.
Those are facts.
That first fight wasn't a long count, man.
Buster Douglas got a long count too.
Mike Tyson got his ass whooped.
Oh my goodness.
But Buster got a long count.
Mike Tyson got his ass whooped. When you get through talking, Mike Tyson got his ass whooped.
Yeah.
George Foreman against Ali got a fast count. He got a fast count against Ali.
Okay.
If you want to be honest.
Okay. So Ali didn't win Foreman. So Ali didn't win Foreman.
I mean, George Foreman got a fast count. He got a fast count.
So you saying Ali didn't win Foreman?
Like, no, Ali won just like Fury won.
So what you talking about then? What you talking about?
Foreman wasn't getting the fuck up.
I'm just bringing it up. Look at the fight.
These are the desperate
because he was not getting up
for when they guy loses and shit. So they fall for the desperate excuses and whatnot.
No, just look at the fight, fellas. Just look at the Ali.
Okay.
I looked at the fight, and I'm telling you for a fact, he got a fast count because there was no way George Foreman was getting the fuck back up. Sometimes
he was already up. He was up at 9, and the referee counted up.
Yeah, because it's like, yo, if I let you go, you finish. I don't want you to die up in here. You look like you can't breathe. You just look like you winded. I don't want big man your heart to bust up in here. Fight's over. That's not a fast count. That's saying, all right, fight's done. You can't go no more. You're not in condition.
No, George wasn't.
Fighting.
Like I said, it's overweight. It don't got to be debated no more.
Oh, you lucky a motherfucker. You got up at 9 because I was finna say 10 on your black ass. No,
but it's not debated no more. Ali won. Fury won twice. Now let's talk about Errol Spence and Bud Crawford.
Who man's is this? Get him the fuck out of here.
Right, play it again.
Who man's is this? Get him the fuck out of here.
And Bud is a slow starter, fellas. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God. Okay.
Bud gonna come out and he gonna like I said, man, he gonna take all this information, on
Oh
Earl,
my goodness, stop
and
it.
he gonna give away the
Earl
first
is
5 rounds,
basic.
fellas.
Earl is basic. It ain't gonna take 5 rounds to figure out no basic dude
Earl
that's
ain't
gonna try to
basic,
double
man.
jab to come in.
You
Okay.
disrespecting Earl like that, man.
He
Don't say
basic.
that, man.
Hey,
He gonna
Reggie.
jab his way
Hey,
in.
Hey,
He
hold
gonna
on,
throw
hold on,
straight to
hold
the
on,
head. Then he gonna go to the body. 2 body shots. And he gonna
hold
rinse
on.
and repeat.
Earl is not basic, man. Don't
Okay.
disrespect Earl
hey,
like that.
Reggie. Hey,
Hey,
Reggie. You
hey,
got to get up. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
I was just gonna say, like, Reggie, I want to hear like what your breakdown, like how you think Errol Spence is gonna beat Terrence Crawford, bro. I want to hear it.
Okay. Let me go back in the beginning.
Let him rock. Nobody.
Let me go back in the beginning. Before Earl had an accident, Earl was an alcoholic. Earl was drinking a lot. That was the best time for Bud to beat Earl. You know, that was the best time when Earl was drinking, partying. He wasn't serious about the game. But now Earl on the farm. He lifting cows. He don't drink no more. He's dedicated.
He's ain't lifting cows.
Oh
And
my
I'm
God.
trying to tell you, Earl
Get to the breakdown, sir.
Man, my
Go to
man
the
be
breakdown, sir.
cussing cows and shit.
Let him go, please.
Right. and Bug on it like he did against Chris when he did against Porter. Like when he did against Porter. You know, he started off slow, taking information about Porter, man. He gonna give away rounds.
Started off slow. Okay, so in the first 5 rounds, how many rounds Porter win?
You know what? It could be 2-2-2-3, either way.
So how you slow started then if he won almost half the rounds, if not more than half the rounds?
I'm just giving my junior opinion. I'm not sure what the scorecard was.
No, that's what I'm saying. You said your opinion. You said he won probably 2, maybe 3 rounds of the first 5. So I just asked if you thought he won 2 or 3 rounds of the first 5. How does that say he a slow starter?
That's been Bug's career. He always been a slow starter, man.
So winning 3 out of the first 5 rounds is a slow start.
So hold on. Hey, but here go the slow starter thing, right? Though y'all realize Errol Spence is a slow starter, right? Like Errol Spence is a slow starter, bro. He almost got knocked out in the first 4 rounds versus Ugas because he started off slow. He started off slow in every one of his fights.
It's different fights. It's different fights.
Nah,
Every
that's
single
fact.
one. Every single one of his fights, he started off slow.
Spence always picks up steam. That's true.
So
and Earl, the difference between Bud and Earl is Bud taking boxing information. Earl don't do that.
But you
Because Earl don't think. Bud make adjustments. Earl don't think. Bud make adjustments.
Hey,
right.
but he got a thing though. A lot of these dudes, they want to make it seem like Bud sit there and just get hit for the first 3 rounds. Like, no, he's actually throwing punches. He's moving around. He collecting information. But, but most of the time, he still wins the first 3 rounds.
But the thing is, Earl is a second half fighter. That's when he's really warmed up. The second half.
So wouldn't that mean he a slow starter?
Hey, Reggie.
Right.
No.
I don't know.
I'm saying you say he heats up in the second half of the fight. So what he doing in the first half then if he got to heat up in the second half?
No, he throw the jab, working the body, you know, and he coming forward. He coming forward.
Reginald, here's a question for you, right? Bud is a slow starter, right? Well, I'm just going to ask you because you sound like you speaking talking. Bud is a slow starter at 147. So Bud stopping Amir Khan in the 4th round, was that a slow start?
You know, Khan chinny. Come on, fellas.
Oh my God.
He chinny.
Khan quit.
My grandma been knock Khan out, man.
Chris Algieri chinny.
Amir Khan is chinny.
Who mans is this? Get him the fuck out of here.
Who mans is this?
So he stopped Jeff Horn in the 6th round, I believe, right?
Nah, like 9th.
8th.
Oh, he stopped.
No. That Jeff Horn, that went 12 rounds.
They ain't go 12 rounds. He stopped Jeff Horn, my guy.
Like 9th round.
It was 9th round. Okay.
But
he stopped Horn.
He stopped Jeff Horn?
Yes, he stopped Jeff Horn. Oh, you see, that's what I'm saying. You don't even know what you're talking about, sir.
Oh,
You don't know what you're talking about.
Boxing, man?
I thought it went
that
12
man.
rounds, and he got a
No,
unanimous
he
decision.
stopped him.
He punished that man.
Yeah, he punished that man.
Knows
He beat the brakes off of him and then
Yeah.
Jeff Horn was red. That boy had red spots all over him.
Yeah. It was
Okay, but yeah, going back to the original question is Earl is a second half fighter, and one thing about Bud, he gonna in his mind he going for the stoppage. He ain't gonna stop Earl. That's not gonna happen.
Bud don't go for the stoppage. It just comes.
But why is
Yo,
Bud not gonna stop
Reggie
Earl?
on his Tyler Perry tonight, man. He on his Tyler Perry tonight.
Why is Bud?
Stop Porter.
I'm trying to figure out why is Bud not gonna stop Earl when Ugas almost stopped Earl.
No, Ugas never. Earl's looking for his mouthpiece, and he got blind
Because it got knocked out.
How did the mouthpiece end up?
What, he spit it out? You know that's a coward move in boxing, right? To be spitting out the mouthpiece because you
after he got punched in the face.
Right.
No, Earl got a better chin than Bud. Whether y'all like it or not.
Then how'd he lose his mouthpiece?
He caught a knuckle
How
sandwich.
he lose his mouthpiece? If you got a better chin, you got a good bite. You don't lose your mouthpiece.
Exactly.
Name me one fight where Bud lost his mouthpiece. And
Earl always loses his mouthpiece.
Was looking for it. Bud was looking for his mouth. When Bud looked for a mouthpiece?
When
Earl always loses his mouthpiece.
Where my mouthpiece?
Earl always
So if Earl always loses his mouthpiece, how you know he got a strong chin then? If he always loses his mouth, I mean he get hit in the mouth, his mouth open.
I never seen Earl.
Earl chin not strong enough to hold that mouthpiece in.
So not.
No, y'all got jokes. Let's stay with the facts.
I'm saying you said
it. Heavy because his mouth is open, or he breathing heavy because his mouth is open, and therefore he get caught because they're loading up on them punches. All the
boxing experts say that Crawford is chinny. Not me. This what the boxing experts say.
Who said it? I'm saying what do you say? So you say he chinny because you heard somebody say it.
No.
Hey, you said the boxing expert said that? What boxing talking about?
Yoki Kambosos had him buzzing, man.
You talking about dude that was in a pound for pound list that Mikey Garcia didn't want to fight?
Expert said Bud was chinny. Name the name.
So Mikey Garcia didn't want to fight this dude.
I gotta go look it up, but it wasn't. It was a fighter. It was a fighter.
Oh, it was a fighter. It was a
fighter that said Bud was chinny.
It was anonymous sources.
No, it was a fighter. It was a fighter. And that's true.
Man. Hey, hold on real quick. Anybody want to respond to Elijah? He say Crawford, the weakness is no inside fight, no toe-to-toe, and no shoulder roll like Haney, Tank, and Boots and Mayweather.
You don't watch boxing then. You can't watch no Terrence Bud Crawford if you don't see none of that. Go watch the Jose Benavidez fight. Go watch most of his fights. Go watch the Sean Porter fight. Go watch the Sean Porter fight when he set up Sean Porter with that, when he stepped back twice, hit him with that left uppercut, and tell me what he did before he stepped back twice.
If you want to see a master class with Bud put it in boxing round from first round to last round, watch Bud Crawford versus what the fuck is it? It's not Ndongo. Is it Ndongo?
You talking about Postal?
No, who he fought?
Benavidez.
No. Who he fought for undisputed at
that was Ndongo.
Yeah, all right. So Ndongo. Watch that fight. That's a master class in boxing.
Talking about no inside game. Who stood inside with Terrence Bud Crawford?
Shit, Benavidez stood inside with him and got knocked the fuck out.
He got shot though, fellas. He got shot.
Stanky leg.
He got shot.
He got dropped.
What they got to do with him fighting on the inside?
That's what I'm saying. He got dropped. He should have been on the inside. He should have been on the inside.
Yeah, he got shot too in the head.
Hey, don't you remember when Errol Spence went to Omaha and kicked it with Terrence Crawford and Bob
before Bud got to 147? Before Bud came to 147? Yeah.
Right. You're right.
But then when Bud came to 147, he can't come to Omaha no more.
Let me finish. Errol Spence said you too light in the ass. You know, Earl walk around probably 180, 190.
So why don't he fight him then? He fought Mikey Garcia, bro. Come on now. Don't go with that light in the ass shit. He fought a goddamn lightweight.
No, Bud
like Ronald Coleman said, lightweight?
He fought a lightweight. Don't talk about that light in the ass shit. He fought Mikey Garcia. All that light in the ass shit go out the window on that one right there.
Reginald.
Amir
Khan walks around. Amir Khan walks around at like 180, 190. He made Amir Khan quit.
Ain't walking around at 170.
Did you see Amir Khan? Did you see Amir Khan?
Amir Khan and Bud. I mean, Earl is two different fighters, man.
It doesn't matter.
I think Amir Khan will whoop Earl.
It does.
You bringing up size.
I think Amir Khan will whoop Earl.
You bringing up size.
I think Amir Khan will whoop Earl.
A prime Amir Khan beats this shit.
I got money on Amir Khan whooping Earl.
He too shitty.
Because Amir Khan too fast. Earl ain't got no power.
Earl got power.
No, he don't. Amir Khan ain't gonna stand there long enough.
Right.
You don't break eye sockets. You don't break eye sockets if you don't get some power.
What?
Man,
you don't break.
I see you be listening to one of them dudes. I heard one of them dudes talking about Errol Spence, the eye socket taker or some shit. I said, man, stop it.
Listen, Reginald, you don't break eye sockets if the motherfucker ain't constantly standing in front of you. Ugas stop moving.
Yeah, because Earl took the body.
Earl didn't take the body. Ugas stopped moving round one.
Earl be throwing nut shots. That's why he be talking
round one. Ugas stopped moving round one. So don't say he didn't take the body shit. Ugas wasn't moving round one.
Earl made him stay there because he was
killing
that
didn't.
body.
Ugas stood there.
Earl Spence be throwing low blows.
No. Earl made him stay there.
That man, okay. So you say he gonna? Okay, I see you don't know shit about. You don't know nothing about boxing.
Hey, you know what?
I've
been watching boxing for a long time, and I think
I box. So I box. I don't just watch it. I box. I try to do what they do. I try to parry. I try to do the step arounds. I try to step inside. I try to elbow blocks. I try to L steps. I try all this shit.
You know, and I can respect that you box, but I still have my own opinion. And
I said really, everybody got their opinion. You got your opinion, but hey, that dude can't do nothing better than Terrence Bud Crawford, and then Bud got a longer reach. It's lose all the way around the board for that dude.
I'm trying to tell you, Bud don't got the chance.
My man says he said. Where you getting this from, Reggie?
Bud ain't got the chin.
Bud been buzzed too many times.
But I'm saying Spence couldn't stop Mikey Garcia. He couldn't stop Danny Garcia.
He ran, and Danny got a good chin too.
Mikey
and Danny's a hell of a fucking fighter too.
So Danny got a better. So you saying Danny's a better fighter than Bud, right?
Danny Garcia, right?
No.
It never fails, bro. Telling you.
The fact is, Bud and Earl is like 1 and 1A. You could take either one of them as of right now.
But you saying Earl gonna stop Bud?
You know what? I really feel that he gonna make Bud quit. He gonna make Bud quit. Yeah.
I like you. I'm
gonna tell you why. And I'm gonna tell you why.
He watches
I'm gonna tell you why.
Hey, give me that what you smoking. Pass that over here.
No, because he want to make a statement.
You watch BFTB, right?
Huh?
You subscribe to BFTV, right?
That's the fight. The best fight. The best.
Yeah.
Reggie.
Yeah.
Oh my God! You sound like the dude. You sound like the dude.
Because that's exactly who you.
Who mans is this? Get him the fuck out of here.
Who mans is this?
When you said what you just said right there, that's what prompted me to ask you that question, because I've heard BFTB say that shit in his P files. I heard him say it, and then once he said it, he'd be like, "Yeah, facts. Yeah, but you Bud Dick writers ain't got shit to say about that right now, right? Yeah. Let me go do this shit right now."
Well, like I said, man, I hope the fight be announced next week.
Because I was rocking with BF forever, even when he was pissed off and rocking with Phenomenal.
I heard them dudes talk for a few minutes. I was like, nah, y'all bros, y'all dudes is
BF. I stopped rocking with BF when he really, really started stretching and just like.
They always do.
Would stretch the truth so far that it literally has one side about Terrence Crawford. And then I tried to debate him about it.
No,
and all he did was put me on pause and try to come at me with a narrative. And
Yo, these
all the money and
dudes,
everything I did
right?
to his
Hey,
live.
check this
Nah, I
out.
I was
think
like,
we
Yo,
all
these dudes
we
used
all
to be big
fans.
time. They used to be Bud Crawford fans, but then they realized they
okay.
like they
After
realized they
he
like
signed,
shit.
No,
I could get
I am
more
a Bud Crawford
donations.
fan.
They like
after
I
I'm a
can
Bud
realize I
huge
signed
get
to,
more donations by
after
I'm a
Bud
supporting
huge
Bud
signed
Bud
Crawford.
Crawford
to,
fan.
Okay.
Except
after
when he fight against Earl, I'm not. But if
I mean, you're a fanboy.
Are you really a fan though?
no. If
You
he
can't be a fan if you say you like Bud Crawford unless he fight Errol Spence. I don't like you
right,
fight Earl.
that's
Yucky. Get
that's
out of here,
like
bro.
me liking Kevin Durant or LeBron James. You can't go wrong with either one
What
of
you
them.
mean? That's what I'm saying. If they play, I ain't gonna be like, damn, I don't like KD. I'm a LeBron fan. No, I
Well,
want
put it this
who?
way: if
Who?
I'm gonna see who wanted.
if Boots fight Bud, I'm rocking with Bud. If Boots fight Keith,
What?
I'm rocking with Bud.
I'm rocking with Boots.
I'm
Bud
rocking
gonna
with
knock
Bud.
Boots' ass out.
Easy.
Now that's somebody that's chinny. That's somebody that have his chin up in the air.
And he still got to prove that he's this top dog. I haven't seen it yet.
I mean, who else he got to fight though? He ready?
Boots got to
I mean,
prove that
who else is
he's the
there?
next.
I'm
He
saying.
got
I mean,
well,
it's
he
gonna have
got
to
to work
be
his craft.
Ortiz Jr. or
I
I mean,
think
who
he
else
beat
out there?
Ortiz. But before they crown him the next big cheese at 147,
Word to mother.
you gotta at least beat Keith Thurman.
Yeah, whoop Keith Thurman, man.
Hey, hold on,
Did you see Keith?
y'all. Hold
That's a
on, y'all.
start.
Let me read Juice Lee comment. He says, "Can't
Yeah, he
nobody
went
say
hard.
nothing in BFTB chat because it's full of wrenched up Earl milk drinkers."
Damn
I had
real.
a wrench too. I had a wrench until it's.
No, we all
Damn
Bud.
real.
We all Bud
I was
fans.
even a supporter of the drug.
No.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan.
If they fans of that dude, they wouldn't lie on that dude. They wouldn't
I'm a
spread
huge
false information about that dude. They wouldn't
I'm a
say the
huge
bullshit
fan
they
of
say.
Bud. As for me, I'm a huge
If
Bud
you was
fan.
a fan
You
of
know what
Bud
it is?
Crawford,
They figure they could get more money by trashing Bud Crawford. That's how they get their
because it's
them
all money.
donations. Yeah.
But here's what I'm saying. If you're a fan of Bud Crawford, you
Yes.
feel what I'm saying? You look at Bud Crawford in the same light as Devin Haney. Because
Salute to my guy, Big Demon in the building. Salute to you, Big Demon. He say his eyes. He's the eye socket taker, but the reason he didn't fight Pacquiao, right? Somebody take his eye socket in and spar.
Yo, the Pacquiao clone took his eye. The Pacquiao clone took his eye.
So that's what happened in sparring, right? He got an eye injury in sparring. Oh.
No, man.
So maybe that's what they train at their gym, taking eye sockets at the gym.
You know, he lost his eye when he got pulled through the car, and they didn't catch it early.
What? So he fought. So after he fought, what was that? Danny Garcia. So he fought Danny Garcia, and that was straight. His eye still was straight, though, right?
I think the accident caused that eye problem.
I know, but it didn't hurt him against Danny Garcia, though, did it?
And I think Danny probably damaged a little bit, and his sparring part is damaged a little bit.
Okay. So what do you think Bud gonna do if Danny did that? What do you think Bud gonna do if Danny did that?
No, but his eyes held up now.
Yo, Reggie on that Tyler Perry shit, man. He just got narratives all over the place, bro.
No, but like I said, I'm a huge Bud Crawford fan, except when he fought against Errol Spence.
Like I was saying,
that's what I understand. How you just like a dude because he want to fight Errol Spence?
Because
if you're a huge Bud fan,
that makes no sense.
You would realize that, okay, let's really look at what these two dudes are, and let's take away certain things. Which one of the two right now, if Errol is everything and Bud really isn't nothing, which one of these two dudes is the only current Hall of Fame fighter?
Both of them are Hall of Fame fighters.
Nope.
You're not understanding the question. Which one of the two is currently in the Hall of Fame?
Mic drop.
Still an active fighter.
Mic drop.
And you could say that about Deontay Wilder because he's in a Hall of Fame.
Hold on. Let me explain this to him. Reginald.
Yeah.
Bud Crawford has got his fist casted, right? Canelo Alvarez, Canelo Alvarez, Errol Spence, Deontay Wilder, and no other boxer that's actively boxing and in the history of boxing has ever actively boxed, including Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran, the great Floyd Mayweather. None of them were ever inducted in the Hall of Fame while currently still fighting. Terrence Bud Crawford broke that glass ceiling. He was inducted at the same time with Tarver, James Toney, Roy Jones Jr., and Floyd Mayweather. All of them got their casted the same day. The same time. You know what Errol Spence was doing that day? He was out in the bowling alley with his boy getting drunk.
But like I said, but he got all that at 130, at 135 and 140.
But you're just gonna go back to the eye thing and
no, he's in the Hall of Fame for what he did at 135 and 140, not 147, because Earl's still there. Keith Thurman's still there.
My girlfriend's still there. My girlfriend don't want to fight him.
Huh?
So, Reggie, so let's just say if they finally fight and Bud washes Spence, are they going to be any excuses coming from you?
Yes.
No. No. Because like I said, I'm a huge Bud Crawford
car accident. He said car accident. He already brought up car accident.
He thought his eye was healed, but it wasn't.
You know, Danny Garcia hurt the eye a little bit after the car accident. Then the sparring partner took it out. You know what? Then he got healed, and Bud Crawford did it again. So you know.
But let's go back to this Hall of Fame thing. So y'all don't think Earl Spence not a first ballot Hall of Fame?
Hell no.
Hell no. What made him first ballot Hall of Fame? Tell me right now.
Unified.
Unified what?
Welterweight champ.
What he do? Give me the name. Give me who? What fighter made him a Hall of Fame fighter?
He got 3 belts.
No, that's not good enough. Tell me. Talk to me. That's not good enough.
He's going to say Danny Garcia. Watch.
No.
Tank got 3 belts.
Listen, the bar is resume is Mikey Garcia.
No, the bar is so low. You know, Rocky Balboa's in the Hall of Fame. Did y'all know that?
Because he's a white actor that beat Muhammad Ali.
You just low key clown the shit out of Earl Spence.
No.
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
no, I didn't.
You said Rocky Balboa in the Hall of Fame. Earl Spence ain't there yet. Earl ain't there yet.
Let me tell you who else in there. Let me tell you who
Earl
else in there. David Tua is in there, and he never won a championship. Ernie Shaver is in there. Gary Cooney is in there. Them 3 guys never won a championship.
But
they done somebody.
They gave us great fights.
Yeah, they great fights.
They came up short.
They gave great fights. It don't matter who
on their shield.
It's not the Hall of Good.
Earl Spence ducking. You're not getting the Hall of Fame being a duck.
Duck who? He ain't ducked nobody.
It's been 5 years, my G. If it don't happen October 15th, if they don't announce October 15th, you say it's gonna happen later on though, right? You just gonna dream forever.
No, I really believe they working on it. But let's get back to the Hall of Fame. Let's get back to the Hall of Fame.
If it's not duck, what did you call it? What do you call it? If it's not a duck,
it's business. It's just.
Oh my God. Okay.
But let's go back to the Hall of Fame. Buster Douglas, and Chris Bird in the Hall of Fame, and they got 1 belt.
They beat Mike Tyson. Buster Douglas had all the belts.
Hold up, Buster Douglas is in the Hall of Fame. What Hall of Fame?
He in the Boxing Hall of Fame.
Las Vegas or international?
Which one is in New York?
That's the international. You saying Buster Douglas is in that Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Buster Douglas is unified champion though. He had all the belts. He had 1. He had all of them.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not bad. Undisputed. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The bar.
Earl never undisputed. Earl ain't undisputed.
He dethroned the Iron Mike Tyson.
Yeah. So what did Errol Spence do?
Who's
unified?
Who's Mike Tyson? Who's Mike Tyson at Earl Ford?
Nobody.
But you know what? If you look at Mike Tyson's career,
Oh my God! Come on now, we talking about Iron Mike Tyson, bro.
Top heavyweights in his era.
We talking about that. Buster, you said Buster Douglas in the Hall of Fame because he beat Iron Mike Tyson, who everybody thought was unbeatable. Who did Errol Spence beat that everybody thought was unbeatable?
Earl's got 3 belts. Whether
oh my God, okay,
he beat 3 belts. He got 3 belts.
He don't want to answer. He ain't got to answer the question, sir. Just say nobody. Just say nobody. Nobody.
He unified.
Say it with me. Nobody.
Earl Spence is unified.
Nobody.
Keeps going too. He got 2 belts. Keeps going to the Hall of Fame.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I doubt it.
Yes.
All right.
I doubt it.
You have a misconception on how people get in the Hall of Fame.
I doubt it. You said Keith Thurman going to the Hall of Fame.
Because the bar is low. I'm trying to tell you.
Keith Thurman not getting the Hall of Fame, my G.
Yes, keep going.
No, he's not.
Keep going.
Okay. For fighting Danny Garcia and Sean Porter, huh? He going to the Hall of Fame.
He unified. He got 2 belts.
For fighting Danny Garcia and Sean Porter.
To this guy saying,
get him the fuck out of here.
Like I said, once you get your fist casted, right? Once you get your fist casted, that lets you know for Floyd Mayweather and those James Toney and those other guys who are already retired, their induction happens at a big ceremony. Bud Crawford can't go to that ceremony because he's still an active fighter. That does not take away from the fact that he's already inducted. If you watch the ceremony, since you want to comment on it, if you watch the ceremony, Tarver and Roy Jones, especially Roy Jones, gave the most in-depth interview about Terrence Bud Crawford. That's when he gave his prediction on the fight and said all Terrence Crawford has to do is make this fight, right? Once he makes this fight, everything he does is legacy. Everything he does is legacy. It doesn't matter whether. Let me finish. It doesn't matter if after. It doesn't matter whether he wins or loses because everything he's doing now, since he's already in, is legacy. So long as he focuses on legacy type fights, he's already broken the mold. He's gonna break the mold even more, possibly be one of the greatest boxers that ever lived.
He is already.
Hey, hold on.
Already, but this guy keeps. Go ahead.
Hold on, real quick, y'all. Hey man, salute to my guy Mango Juice 07. He say, what it do? He say, what it do? Bud beats the brakes off of Errol Spence. I'm convinced. Facts on facts on facts.
Yeah,
Mango.
Yeah. Mango 100 with that.
But
that's what I'm trying to explain to this guy.
Earl going to the Hall of Fame with or without Bud.
No, he not.
You that.
No, he not.
You don't need that
dude. They gonna destroy this dude. If they don't fight anybody but Terrence Bud Crawford.
He going to the Doug Hall of Fame.
No, but Riddick both Doug Lennox Lewis. That's a fact.
But Riddick Bowe still fought top fighters. Errol Spence is ducking top fighters.
He ain't just because I'm pretty sure they.
He can't even say he ain't ducking. He can't even say it. He paused.
Just because I'm trying to tell you.
He said he ain't.
I'm trying to tell you, Errol Spence do not need Bud Crawford to get to the Hall of Fame.
Yes, he do. Yes,
no,
he do.
Don't.
Yeah.
You know he don't.
How you gonna get there then?
Because for number one, he's a unified. He got 3 belts.
That don't mean he ain't gonna get there.
Because he beat Danny. That's his answer. Because he beat
Danny. That's what I'm saying. Danny, Mikey, and Sean. Come on now. That ain't Hall of Fame.
I just gave you facts about 3 fighters who never won a championship, but they in the Hall of Fame. I'm trying to tell you, the bar is low.
We said they gave them great fights.
But they came up short.
It don't matter.
They came up short.
Whether you came up short, it's what the fight. It's what the memory is. When boxing.
That's what I'm saying. That's how you get the fame.
And boxing historians sit down and they have these roundtable discussions of noteworthy fights, and they'll bring up the Mike Tyson Buster Douglas fight.
They'll
bring up Lennox Lewis versus Rahman 1 and 2. They'll bring up fucking Anthony Joshua now versus fucking Usyk the second fight. They'll bring up Deontay Wilder Fury 1, 2, and 3. These are the things that make history. When we're talking about these fighters, even though they lost and never got a belt, they all were involved in historic fights. Fights that built boxing as the legacy, built heavyweight as the division what it is. Same thing with Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather is in because he gave us fights with Diego Corrales. He knocked out
what am I gonna do?
a lot of
just
really
jump up and grind?
good dudes when he was when he was knockout Floyd Mayweather. You feel what I'm
pretty
saying?
boy.
When he beat Zab Judah, that will be a memorial fight. He fought Pacquiao, even though it was late, but it still goes down. You feel me? The blemishes on his record is everything that came after Pacquiao.
I mean, y'all hating on Earl so bad. Say he's not.
Ain't nobody hating on Earl. We just say he don't want to fight this dude. Errol Spence is the second best welterweight in the world. Everybody would agree. Everybody would agree that he's top two.
Errol Spence is the first.
So because we say he's not the best, we hate.
They A1 or 2, but they not better than each other. But I'm
Bud is better than dude.
I'm taking Earl.
He is better than dude.
One has accolades that says I'm much better.
Yes.
But you guys keep
on the pound for pound list. Both of them on the pound for pound list, and they in the same weight class. Who ranked high in the pound for pound list?
That pound for pound list ain't
They in the same weight class though. Who they say the number one welterweight is? They still say Bud the number one welterweight.
It's a popularity contest.
So Spence got the Ring Magazine belt at 147.
That's
a
popularity contest.
He wanted to fight Pacquiao so he could claim that belt.
Does he have a belt? He got three belts. Is everybody saying Spence the best welterweight in the world? Where is he ranked number one in the welterweight?
That's a popularity contest. That's all.
Even by the experts.
Let me try this. Let me try this on you. Okay. I'm just gonna it's just gonna be a series of questions that are just yes or no. Does Errol have one or two Ring Magazine popularity belts? He has 0, but yet he's supposed to be the most popular guy. Okay.
Those belts belts like Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith. Those white reporters be passing that stuff out, fellas. Come on.
All right, so let's get that. Okay, let's go for
Mike Kellerman be passing them belts out.
Let's go for undisputed. Which does Errol Spence has Errol Spence ever been undisputed before?
He's unified at 147, the same division Bud in.
Okay, but does that mean he's undisputed like Charlo? No, undisputed. Okay, so has Bud ever been undisputed?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So there we go. That's 1 and 1, right? Has Errol Spence? How many divisions is Errol Spence a champion in?
Just 1.
Okay. How many divisions has Bud been in?
3.
Okay. So out of the 3 divisions, he has 2 popularity contest belts, right?
Yes.
2 white people giving belts. Plus,
Max Kellerman.
So plus he's undefeated, and in one of the divisions he has he's undisputed. But so far, both fighters are undisputed. Yes or undefeated. Yes or no?
Yes, both of them are undefeated.
Okay.
But like I told you earlier, he made his balls at 130. 135 and 140.
So one fighter has fought in 3 divisions, coming from the smaller division, constantly fighting bigger guys. Yes or no?
That's true.
Okay. While Errol Spence is pretty much considered one of the biggest guys at 154. One of the biggest guys. Now remember, I didn't say the biggest. I said one of the biggest guys.
True.
At 154. Okay. So are you seeing the trends here? Are you seeing the groundwork when you just look at it objectively as a boxing fan? Are you seeing the groundwork that's being placed here to where most Terrence Crawford fans are not fanboys, we're diehard boxing fans, that we can break down things and see it in a true sense of just dealing with boxing. And when you try to say one fighter is so much greater than the other fighter, then you have to consider what each fighter has accomplished in the entirety of each one's career. And when that comes down to it, if Errol Spence had all these accolades that Terence Crawford has, right, then all of us right now would be talking Errol Spence is the man. He's going to break Terence Bud Crawford's jawbone, regardless of how good Terence Bud Crawford is at welterweight. So we're just flipping the things, and we can, at least myself, can attest to the fact that if the shoes were fit, I would be a diehard Errol Spence fan in this situation. But being that that's not the reality, what I'm telling you is just look at it objectively as a boxing fan, match their accolades together, match their KO rates at the weight class together, match who seems to be the more clear boogeyman than the other guy, regardless of the internet chats, regardless of.
Errol said he was a boogeyman since they were for 4 years.
But look at the elephant in the room. I could say the same thing about Canelo, but Canelo got so much heat because he won't fight Charlo, he won't fight David Benavidez.
Because Canelo been cherry picking for like 7 years.
But he's still a dog.
He ain't no dog. You ain't no dog if you cherry picking. How you cherry picking and you a dog?
He got more belts.
It don't matter. You cherry picking.
Hey, Reggie, you over here looking like this right now.
Good things just to do them. Come on, I mean, what am I gonna do? Just all of a sudden just jump up and grind my feet on somebody's couch. Something to do. Come on, I got
you
no
cannot.
more sense than that.
Oh, come on, fellas.
Let me ask Reginald this question: Has Errol or Spence ever been popped for eating bad Mexican meat?
You cannot take that away from Canelo. He's still a dog, man. Come on.
A dog that use drugs, yeah.
Have they ever been suspended? No,
come on, man.
Because has Errol Spence or Bud Crawford ever been suspended from boxing for 2.5 years, really for 3 years, and then gets a paid break to come back after 2.5 years or 2 years? Has that ever happened to them in their career?
Tarver got busted for PEDs. Roy Jones got busted for PEDs. James Toney got busted for PEDs. Evander Holyfield was rumored to be on PEDs. You can say that about all the
Holyfield busted? Was Holyfield busted? If you gonna throw their name out there, we gonna was he busted or not?
So
don't say he was rumored. I was rumored to have $2 million, but I ain't got it.
Hey, hold on. Canelo got a lot.
Sugar Shane Mosley too.
Hold on, though, fam.
Was he busted?
Canelo got a lot more problems than just PEDs. At least they take PEDs and fight people, fight the best competition around their division. Canelo takes PEDs and avoids the top competition around it.
But he's still a dog, man. Come on.
He ain't no dog. You ain't no dog. You avoid tough competition. Hell no, you can't be no dog. You a poodle.
He a
goddamn. No, you know what? Poodle's gangster. He a goddamn Shih Tzu. He a Shih Tzu. He a goddamn Shih Tzu. One of them dogs they put in the purse.
Man, come on, man. Y'all reaching now.
Hold on, y'all. We gonna wrap the stream up, man. I've been on here about 3 hours now, man. So I'm gonna let everybody get their final thoughts, man, and then we're gonna close up shop here, man. So let me start with my guy. Light Speed, he was the last person to come on the panel. Light Speed, final thoughts, man. What's going on?
Yes, sir, man. I just been sitting back here eating my popcorn. Man, much respect to you, Reggie. You know what I mean. You came and you shared your piece and everything else, man. A lot of those points, I'm just gonna have to disagree on it. God damn. Oh man, and shit. I'm trying to bring myself back to the ground now because we're gonna talk about all this shit and talk about so much. Man, I don't even know, man. I guess going back to what it all started with Mayweather and all that. I feel like man, Mayweather's full of shit. I don't think that was a brilliant plan. I think they all scared of Bud. They protecting their bag. You know, they trying to usher in boxing like WWF with all these fake fights and shit. So you know, I just feel like they trying to control their fighters' narrative, and whether people scared or not, I feel like they sure are protecting their career. Because Bud is a problem. And I think only just random point I gotta make about again about, you know, Bud being a slow starter, which is just weird how there's a lot of fighters that's slow starters, but they just the narratives just they want to attach that to Bud. My thing is this: Bud, even if you do want to say he's a slow starter and he downloads for the first 4 rounds or so, what I've seen for watching Bud over the years is that when he figures out a fighter's timing and their rhythm and how he can get his shots off, even when they get into ugly exchanges, he tends to come out on top of those exchanges because it's like in the front rounds he's did his homework. So my challenge question to those people that keep saying that, oh, Bud's a slow starter, okay, maybe he is, but once he figures out Spence, then what? What is Spence gonna do if in those first 4 rounds Spence comes gunning with the combinations he usually comes with and gives Crawford the information that he needs? Then what? And right now, this is all just fantasy boxing because I'm back on it. I still don't think the fight is gonna happen. But you know, salute to you, you know, King David and all of y'all, man. It's good to chop it up with y'all. But I'm with Bold. You know what I mean? I'm slow coming around, but I'm with Bold. I just think this is all hot air. I don't think the fight's happening.
Salute to my guy Abracadabra in the building. Go ahead.
I think last thing I don't think Bud's young enough and fit enough to where I don't really think anybody thinks they can age him out. I think they want to stall. They hoping that, you know, they praying for a Hail Mary. They hope he loses somebody else. I think they hope he get in a car accident. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. They waiting for him to get struck by lightning. Like, they just
something. Give us something.
Yeah. So that's what it is. But
they waiting on a meniscus injury playing basketball or something.
No, man.
Like,
no.
I mean, they hoping that man go skiing.
No, we not. No, we not, fellas.
They gonna be at the hospital and sign the contract, bro. Sign the contract.
right.
No, we not, man. We want Bud, man. We want
Bud. A feeding tube in his mouth. They gonna say sign the contract, Bud.
Hey, they gonna give him if Bud get an injury, they gonna give him 50-50.
Yeah, 50-50.
They gonna give him 8 side. Yeah, you can be 8 side.
50 million and 20 million guaranteed with 50-50. God damn, boy. These Errol Spence people are crazy, boy.
Man, I mean, no, man. We want the fight to happen. And
okay.
And pressure bust pipes. And I think once Earl put the pressure on him, you know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be overwhelming for Bud.
He gonna put that pressure on him like Kai Velasquez, like Felix Diaz, like Sean Porter, and you know what happened to all 3 of them dudes. But go ahead, Reggie. Final statements on you, fam. Go ahead.
Hey, thanks a lot, fellas. I really enjoyed this night talking about boxing, and I really want to continue to say that the 15th of October, I just hope and keep my fingers crossed that we get an announcement, that we can get a solid concrete date, and I'm looking forward to next week, and I'm just gonna wait until then. It's another week, and hopefully they announce the fight. But I really believe the fight gonna happen next. I don't think Bud or Spence gonna fight nobody but each other. Yeah, and that's it, fellas.
I hope you're right, Reggie. I hope you're right. Appreciate you for coming on through, man. You be holding it down for the Errol Spence fans on here, man.
Yeah. Seem like I'm the only one too.
Yeah, you're the only one tonight, man. We're gonna have to get some more of them out of hiding. You know what I mean? They be hiding on here, but you've been holding it down though. So let me go to my guy AC, man. AC, final thoughts, man.
Yeah, I'm still sticking with my final thoughts. As I said in the opening, I still believe Floyd Mayweather coming out and saying what he's saying is just adding drama in the mix. I believe the fight's going to be announced. Floyd likes to play the high-low game. He wants the attention to be the guy that says, yeah, it's going to be me. that's going to announce the fight. Like, he's been trying to interject himself into this fight and into PBC decisions for a minute with some other fights, saying, well, if you ain't hearing it from me, then it ain't. But where he's 100% right is that the fighter like Tank Davis, who's under Mayweather promotion, yeah, if you don't hear from Floyd, then it probably ain't. But Errol Spence is not under Mayweather promotions. He rocks with Al Heyman, and until Al Heyman says, I don't know what's going on with the negotiations, and until Errol Spence comes out and says this shit ain't happening, or Bud says personally, this shit ain't happening, I'm going with the fight happening, and I'm going with Floyd coming out his face, making an executive decision to, because cameras got in front of him, and he made that split decision to throw that mix in it. Once that was done, he probably walked off and, called Al and said, yeah, I bought us some time. I tried to distract from this whole Errol situation and try to distract from Tank dropping that picture of me. You know what I'm saying, with the little poom shorts and the Gucci boots.
Oh, what?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, so he got to come out and do something big, and to announce something like this takes all the attention off the Gucci boots. You feel what I'm saying? So by him coming out and doing this,
man, I gotta find this picture now.
By him coming out and doing this, I believe, number one, that's the main goal. And number two, he just said, he gave us non-definitive answers. You could take that any way. Not happening anytime soon is, if y'all thought it was going to be on the 19th, no, it's not happening. Anytime soon after that is the 20th, the 28th, December 1st. No.
2023, 2024, 2025.
I'm like I said earlier, if the fight ain't announced on the 15th, I'm giving up on it. I can't see why they would hold the fight off when all the terms were agreed. You just had the one hiccup in disclosure and finances, and
I
you're gonna
can
hold the shit off
That's
the
a-
spring. Yeah, no, that's the only reason would be a classic duck. And from what Errol Spence fans are saying in some of the chats that I'm just listening to, they like, yo, but if he don't do it, we gotta accept the fact that all these Bud Dick Riders is gonna come at us and troll the shit out of us.
How they dick riders? They told your ass he ducking.
Yeah, but that's how they like to say it. But what I'm saying is
that sounds straight out of BFTB mouth.
Yeah, that is a BFTB language. But I can also say, the same people type in the same comments on 7-8 Sports. They type within the same comments on any one of the LDBC channels. When these guys have these panels and you get some of these other people who subscribe to them, they come on and they repeat the same thing. And they want Spence none of this shit to be true. So there is no narrative about their guy. Then they could say, no, it was Bud.
Hey, AC, you know what's funny when that Errol Spence fan, he went on Errol Spence Twitter and he was like, Errol, say something, please. Just say something. Tell us something, Errol. Tell us something, G, please. That shit.
Yeah, that shit was funny. What he said, "Oh, y'all gonna listen to some guy on YouTube?"
Yeah. He said, "Y'all want me to say something about somebody on YouTube, huh?" My nigga.
But see, that's my whole point. All of the drama, us talking about it. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody talking about it. Everybody just saying, you know what? Fuck the fight. We don't need the long promotions and all of this. All you need is basically one sit down with the dark room and the police light, and you know what I'm saying. These two niggas talking shit in front of each other. One or two press conferences, and that's it. Nobody don't want to see the open workout. Just give.
I'm saying that's all we've been saying for 5 years, though.
Hey, but look at here though. It's mainstream media now. It's mainstream media. We got mainstream media saying.
Because that sounds to me, Mike, like a duck.
You know what I'm saying?
And what's funny about it, Mike is my real name.
One more time.
That sounds to me, Mike, like a duck.
Let me tell you, man. All right, bro. But we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna get a mic
man. I'm done.
All good, bro. We're gonna get a mic to Bold and Understandings, man. Final thoughts, bro.
Yeah, man. Salute to everybody on the chat, man. Good chopping it up, man. My man Reggie be holding it down for the Earl Sexuals, bro. For real, bro. My man be on the
Hey,
Tyler
you
Perry.
got jokes.
My man be on the Tyler Perry shit, man. He be coming up with narratives and shit. My man be writing new stories, man. But
Man,
yeah,
I'm a Bud fan too, dog.
We don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear that, Rich.
Shout out to you though, man, because you at least you brave enough to come on here and defend your guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, we
Like some real heart.
used to see a guy named Lenore. I haven't seen him in life forever, man. But at least you riding over. You know, you taking over his spot and whatnot. So. But yeah, man, we just got to stop with the Tyler Perry stories, man. Just keep
Hey,
moving
Bud.
the goalposts and shit.
Hey, Bo. He taking Lennar's spot.
Pretty much.
Damn. Damn, I didn't know that was happening. I didn't know we was having a pass of the baton.
I was gonna say, like, that's the shit like Lenore be saying this shit, man. Lenore used to come on there and ride hard for his guy. He was like ride or die for Errol Spence. Now Reggie came along, man. But but yeah, man. But yeah, shout out to everybody, man. And everybody subscribe to King David page and whatnot. With that being said, peace out.
Appreciate that, man. And you know how I go. Last but not least, my guy AB, man. Final thoughts.
Yes, once again, salute. Appreciate for having me on. Salute, fellas. Hit that motherfucking like. Hit that goddamn subscribe button. But all I gotta say is the fight not gonna happen. So I don't mean to bust everybody bubble. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. October the 15th, you ain't gonna hear no announcement. Floyd Mayweather, even though he is a little attention whore and he likes to be in the spotlight, even though he might not have the juice for this fight, he might know what's going on with the fight though. I won't doubt that he got some type of intimate knowledge of this fight. And by the way, Errol Spence moving, it's been 5 years. So Floyd they've been talking about Floyd been getting talked about for all the shit he does, so this ain't nothing new. So he like, I'll take some arrows for Errol Spence. Al Heyman don't say shit, he don't get on camera, so they can talk about Al Heyman too. So Errol Spence just ride off into the sunset, because we got fans like my guy here that's gonna say, you know what? Earl's still the best. He don't need Bud. And that's what it's gonna boil down to. These folks ain't gonna put no pressure on Errol Spence to take this fight. So Errol Spence is gonna say, you know what? I didn't need it.
Earl on that farm training for Bud, lifting up cows.
Yeah, lifting up cows. Oh man.
Who man's is this? Get him the fuck out of here.
That man's an Earl lifting horses on this farm, man. Wow.
Horses on this farm. Yeah, man.
Wow.
Hey, but I appreciate all y'all for sliding through, man. We're gonna wrap it up. My guy AB, my guy AC, Bold and Understandings. Y'all be sure to subscribe to Bold and Understandings on YouTube. My guy Reggie, holding it down for the Errol Spence fans out there, man. Salute to the panel, salute to the chat. I see we got my guy Abracadabra out there in the chat, man. I see people was rocking with us. LL, Sanctus, you know what I'm saying? Who else we got on here? Mango Juice 07 slid by. Soul Archion also slid by. Elijah slid by also. Juice Lee, you know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody who was able to come through, man, and join us for what was a pretty good show, man. And you know what I'm saying? I had another poll that was out here that I had put up, and the poll that I put up was who do you believe more, Floyd Mayweather or Errol Kambosos Jr.? And we got 90% of everybody out of 10 votes who voted for Floyd Mayweather Jr. over Errol Kambosos Jr., right? So Floyd Mayweather is definitely the more credible source in this particular case. So we riding with Floyd Mayweather as the more believable source over Errol for obvious reasons, of course, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted to go on and end the show on that, man. Again, man, if y'all new to the channel, be sure to subscribe And everybody, and I do mean everybody, be sure to hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the sponsor of the show, Modern King Boxing. He was able to come through and bless us with a super chat. So salute to you, and we're gonna wrap it up on that, man. I'm gonna holler at you on the next one. Peace.
Peace.